Once you're tapped up, welcome to Quest for Glory 4 Shadows of Darkness. Known on the CD just as Quest for Glory Shadows of Darkness. This game actually had a funny development story. I swear, this was the coolest looking thing when I was a kid. It was on a CRT monitor, so it was a little more blurry. Plus we hadn't seen, layer res graphics. That looked pretty cool though, I promise. Amiga game, rude. This is a DOS game, thank you. So yeah, this is a Sierra adventure game. It's sort of not quite a sequel to, or like a successor maybe to. Yeah, sorry, the intro is pretty loud. So this game is half RPG, half point-and-click adventure. I mean, it's more on the point-and-click adventure side. Yeah, I turned it down. The days before audio settings were wide now. I mean, there is a volume slider, not for each thing, but audio mixing leaves a little to be desired. So we can be a fighter, which excels in fighting, as you might guess, and gets a better sword than everyone else, and has better strength and climbing stats. The magic user uses magic and has access to some magic that the other classes can't get. And the thief has access to some thief tools that the other classes can't get and has better climbing and sneaking and stuff. We're actually going to be the thief. That's my personal favorite. I don't have the paladin requirement. So I am just going to... You can affect your stats here and, distribute your points. You can learn magic or parry, but it requires all of your points. And I'm going to go ahead and learn magic just to keep things maximally interesting. Name. It'll just be tap and be boring. I believe strength affects your... Wait, no, it's vitality, I think. Affects your health as well, and stamina. Thief plus magic, I think, is the most interesting way to go for this game. Start.
You awaken from nightmares of flying and falling. You find yourself in this strange place. The only illumination, an eerie green glow. You've lost your weapons and the contents of your backpack somewhere during the journey. All you have are the clothes and armor on your back. This leaves you with 4 burning questions. Where are you? How did you get here? Who brought you here? And how in blazes can you get out of here? No, make that 5 burning questions. What city did your luggage end up in this time?
Yeah, the crackling in the voice samples, that's just part of the game.
That didn't do anything.
This game had to fit on a number of floppy disks back in the day.
You search the desiccated body. The only still usable item is a dagger which you pick up. However, lying around the bones are some coins. 5 golden coins. Each have a crown stamped onto them. And 13 small copper coins, each stamped 1 kopeck.
I really love the narration in this game, so I'm gonna go ahead and let them talk. Hopefully their voice is pretty audible, but I won't talk over them anyway. It's not Sean Connery. It is an actor though. So this game has an interesting history.
That didn't do that.
Can I get something?
That did.
You can get something from 3 bodies in here. This game has an interesting history because it was supposed to be.
Brief search reveals a piece of hard grey rock which you take, and some coins, 3 crowns and 13 kopecks.
Let's loot both of these bodies here.
Find 30 assorted.
So this game has an inventory, as you might expect, and you can interact with your different things. The other way, it's very picky. Create the flint with your dagger, creating a spark. You need a hole in your money pouch like you need a hole in the head. Of course, you probably already won. You probably already have the ladder, even trying this. I love the sense of humor in this game. This is one of the first games I played that had, well, any sort of sense of humor. You can't destroy your armor, but But yeah, this game was originally supposed to be the last game in the speed a little low. We're gonna play a strategy mode. I think strategy gives you a bit more time to react in combat. So this game was meant to be the last game in the Quest for Glory series.
This torch is firmly embedded in its holder.
Let me light these.
You strike sparks off the flint using your dagger. Torch soon begins to burn, almost as if by magic.
I really adore the mix of like super grim scenery and situations and the sarcastic humor.
Strike sparks off the flint. This is some kind of altar to the Dark One. The top is covered with sand. Torch holders flank the altar to provide light for nameless rites and unspeakable rituals.
Yeah, this was supposed to be the last game in the series, but there was and then eventually they canceled it, and then there were petitions or something, and they eventually decided not only would they continue it, but they made a sequel too, and they also gave it the biggest budget in the entire series and added voice narration, which was a first in the series.
You take the torch.
This also has a much grimmer aesthetic and situation than the prior games.
The altar feels strangely warm to your touch, but leaves a deeper chill somewhere within you.
Bullshit like that.
You are in a large cave, dimly lit by glowing lichen on the walls. Strange, irregular outcroppings of stone grow from the ground, looking like the skeleton of some enormous beast. Here and there, petrified human bodies seem to grow half in, half out of the floor and walls.
At the time, I really wanted to make a game like this, and
You force the sphincter open with your dagger and pass through.
we were probably supposed to try to open that before we had the...
You've made it into a large chamber. Stone valves, like the one you just passed through, apparently block 3 other passageways. There is a huge stone altar in the center of the room, and an exit to the south.
This is an interesting one.
Those scratches on the cave floor look deliberate. They must be a thief mark.
There's pretty decent voice acting in this game, actually.
A stone valve blocks this passageway to another part of the cave.
This game is also where I learned the word sphincter, because of these valves.
The rough stone altar is covered with dark stains, as of blood long since dried to powder. You feel a creepy, uneasy sensation whenever you pass near it.
We're gonna do something stupid.
The altar feels strangely warm to your touch.
Oh, it doesn't drain our health.
The altar
Something else it does.
That didn't do anything. That didn't do anything. That...
Lots of the game yelling at us for trying things.
No one seems to be listening. No one...
We're actually gonna leave here, because if you stay there for too long, some bats attack you, and there's no real benefit to that. You get some bits of experience, but it's much safer to get that elsewhere. We can actually get poisoned there.
You cautiously test the rope before crossing. It feels as though it's firmly anchored on both ends of the chasm.
The tightrope. And then suddenly... Tentacle thing.
You just barely made it across the pit.
Hi, Mr. Tentacle Face.
You can see the entrance to a large cave at the bottom of the pit. You catch an occasional glimpse of a horrid, multi-tentacled monster just inside the cave.
Yeah, we'll actually meet Katrina real soon here.
This is the entrance to a smaller cave, or perhaps a second outlet from the large one. You don't really need the cave vegetation now. Maybe later. Actually, you won't need it later either.
The sarcastic narrator adds a lot to this.
You slip through the mouth of the cave, just in time to avoid being crushed by its closing jaws.
Here's Jennifer Hale, I believe. With major fake accent of...
You are alive! Only one person has ever walked away from there before. Who are you? How did you get here? Oh, there are so many questions I want to ask you, but I have to get home quickly. It is so dangerous out at night in Mordavia. The town is due north of here. Be careful, there are many bad things wandering around. Good luck! Oh, by the way, my name is Katrina. I hope we meet again sometime. Farewell.
I'm not sure if this was my first game that had voice acting, but it was one of the early ones for sure.
The symbols.
And it definitely left an impression. Look at the little...
The cloud symbol is a traditional representation of breath. This is the symbol of blood in the form of a huge carved droplet. This symbol is a stylized representation of a crossed pair of bones. This symbol looks like a mouth with pursed lips. This symbol is really abstract. You may have seen it once before, described in an ancient book as the sign of essence, or one's inner nature.
Really had to reach for that one.
This looks like a throbbing heart. This strange symbol is the traditional magic representation of the senses. The archway above the path is inscribed with 8 arcane symbols. You recognize 7 of them.
Arcania
From
101.
Arcania 101, no doubt. As the symbols of blood, bone, breath, essence, heart, the mouth, and the senses. The 8th is new to you. It looks a bit like a 6-tentacled starfish, or perhaps more like a squished squid. Something about the symbol fascinates and scares you at the same time.
Yeah, I did. One of my first was
The
Star
6-pointed
Fox.
symbol seems to pulse with energy and comes loose in your hand when you touch it. You have the feeling that you may need this sign, so you carefully store it in your pack.
There's some signs of compression and stuff, but I really love the pixel art in this game. Also,
As you touch the Dark One sign to your skin, you feel a cold sensation as though the warmth and life energy were being sucked from your body. You quickly put the sign away.
that's really cool evil stuff going on in this game. I forgot to look at the muck. Hold on.
The icky, greasy, grimy goo flows close beneath your path at this point. The icky, greasy substance oozes through your fingers. You quickly scrub your hands with dirt and sand. Even the dirt seems clean compared to this stuff. The path is dripping with slimy goo. You're having a hard time maintaining your footing on it.
I think Mario 64 would have been one of my first, but I'm not sure if I played this game first. I'm not sure when this came out exactly. I'm also not sure what order I got it in.
The standing stone feels rock solid. The standing
This looks
The
obvious,
Dark
right?
One sign does look a little like the top of this standing stone. So you try touching the sign to the stone. You feel a resonance between them, but nothing else happens. No
I also love the weird knotty
twisted, sick-looking tree
bulbs
moves
on these
tenuously
trees.
to the central island. You can't reach the bonsai from here, and the ledge is too slippery for you to climb on it. Perhaps you can try something else.
We don't have anything to try yet.
That-
Actually, wait, we do. Yeah, we have since we have magic, we have these 4 spells by default. I think we can learn at least one more. So we can detect magic, which just does...
You sense moderately powerful but latent magic waiting near the top of the squid stone. The bonsai bush also possesses magic, but it is of a gentler, more subtle nature.
That lets you identify what's magic, obviously. This one lets you power up your sword, which pretty useful for normal enemies. And there's the flame dart spell and the force magic spell. Force magic is generally what we
That
can use for
loosened up
combat.
the rock pile somewhat.
Cute little goo animation. It's actually daylight almost. I've been dawdling a lot. It's never daylight by the time I leave this scene. You can tell there's some nice gradients changing.
You see a floating, coruscating ball of light.
There's lots of interesting mythology stuff that we won't really watch until later.
You can see the desolate, distorted landscape and sodden, sullen swamp swallowed by the engulfing murkiness.
Oh yeah, the hands. There's actually a bug in this game related to this area that kept me from progressing too far in the game. Yeah, the narrator's great. Oh, it's freaking morning already. It's never morning by the time I get. Let me see if I can see the closed wall. Wait. So there's some repeated screens here. No, it's definitely gonna be open. Usually you get a little bit of time to poke around.
Tall shocks of corn have been harvested and wait here to be stored for the winter. An old stump by the side of the road makes a convenient resting place for passers-by. You find 5 crowns that someone hid in the hollow stump. They're covered with mold and dirt and have obviously been long since forgotten.
This is one of those games you kind of just have to
take
click
an ear
around
of
on
the
lots of
corn and
things.
put it away in your pack.
I know at least half of the game, probably more.
You've never been very good at making pumpkin pie.
I love the game has some really good explanations for not letting you get things. Scarecrow's a pretty good one.
You can't take the scarecrow. That would be strawberry. It's considered poor form to climb the town walls during the day. Try using the gate.
There's actually a climb skill that is very relevant, and as a magic user, it's probably your biggest weakness. I believe I start with 200. We can see our stats anytime here. You can also see when some of your stats go down. There's certain situations, it's mostly honor that goes down. As a thief, we start with lower than usual honor. There's certain actions, we can actually kill a few people in this game that actually causes no benefit to us and lowers our honor. I think in a prior game, honor was like a needed stat to get paladin, but I can't be a paladin. I'd need to save file.
You pick some flowers and put them away. Beautiful, out-of-season flowers grow all around the stone monument. The curved staff has a very organic look to it. Its curves seem somehow feminine. You can feel a sense of magical power radiating all around it.
200 is pretty much base strength. The fighter has even more. The magic user has less.
The staff feels warm and almost alive in your hand. You hear an eerie voice in your head.
This I must first do. The sacrifice of life for one of love.
You find yourself letting go of the staff very quickly.
I love how quickly the game
You
establishes
graciously
that there
but
is in fact magic.
gratuitously grasp some grass.
Deeply interwoven into this world. So yeah, this is the town of Mordavia, and let's just see our first person in here.
You! How did you get here? Why are you here?
Friendly lot.
Few strangers come to Mordavia. I am the Burgomeister. It is my job to know everyone and everything that goes on here.
I love this rude asshole. Let's talk to him. What's up, Burgermeister?
My name is Dmitry Ivanov. I am the Burgomeister of this town.
Get ready for a lot of accents. There's basically no one in this game without an accent.
Mordavia is a valley surrounded by mountains. There used to be a road which led from here, but heavy rains have created a swamp at the base of the mountain south of here. No wagons can get you in or out, nor can any person, except perhaps you.
They have pretty good reason to be suspicious of us.
This is the town of Mordavia. There is an inn and a shop down the street where you can spend the night or get some supplies and be on your way.
I love how he tells
The
you to get
sooner
out,
you
like,
leave, the better
every
for
sentence.
all. There are many dangers in Mordavia, and we certainly do not need a stranger to stir up new troubles.
Ask about. I love how dangers and troubles are two different options.
There are many strange and dangerous creatures that live in Mordavia. Trust nothing. The gates of this town are closed at sunset. Do not let yourself get caught outside after dark, for few can survive a Mordavian night or remain sane enough to speak of it.
He's not kidding.
Just leave Mordavia quickly. No good comes from outsiders, and we do not want you here.
Moose and Squirrel. Features voiced by Greg Berger.
The shop does not carry much. We have been cut off from supplies for a while now. Still, you may at least restock your food rations before you continue with your travels.
This guy's Hunter from Spyro? That's cool. Not sure if you can hear Parker sneezing over here.
The Hotel Mordavia has rooms and food. It is a safe place to spend the night.
Oh, and one thing you'll notice more with some other characters. There's some differences between the dub and sub, so to speak. Oh wait.
This shop does not carry. The Hotel Mordavia.
The voice actors take some liberties, and there's some really good ones with some people we'll meet a little bit later. I never watched
This general store is cheery and well lit, thanks to the warm hearth. The first things that you notice are the cats. They seem to be everywhere. Then you see the shopkeeper, sitting on her rocking chair as she knits. She's a very, sturdy-looking woman.
So, you're the stranger in town. I've heard all about you already.
I literally got here 2 minutes ago.
You attempt to have a meaningful dialogue with the cat. It says,
Meow.
This dialogue. What's up? What's your name?
If you must know, my name is Olga Stovich. What's your name, stranger? And what are you doing in Mordavia?
you tell her a few things about yourself.
Oh, professional hero, huh? Easy to say, hard to do. We'll see. Yeah, my husband and myself had run this shop for many, many years. My husband passed on now, but I keep it just the way he liked it. A well-run shop is a busy shop, he always used to say. Not very busy anymore, what with the swamp. But I try to keep it going the best I can. Mostly housewares, but a few items that might interest you.
Yeah, the narrator does a really good job.
What would you like to know about?
I love her lighting up once you ask about rumors.
That is a bad place, and you'd better have nothing to do with it. It is dangerous, and should have been torn down long ago. Many a stranger never came back after asking questions about it, so don't let your curiosity be the death of you.
Obviously that's going to be our first place we visit.
The castle north of town was abandoned for many years. Then, some strangers moved in 4 years ago. No one knows what goes on there now. But it won't be for the good, I'll tell you. Yeah, Bella's a good woman. She's the one who really runs the inn. Her husband just gives orders. Someday she'll give Yuri a piece of her mind, and good for her.
His name's Yuri.
Things she puts up with. Bella, she was a pretty woman not long ago. Was not called Bella for nothing. Losing her only child really aged her. What a tragedy.
Pretty much everyone has said. Werewolves.
Werewolves are gypsies, no question about it. They change into wolves at night, eating anyone they can get. Nothing can kill a werewolf but silver or magic. So you be careful out in the woods at night, you hear me? The gypsy camp is not at all that far from here.
Pretty much everything they tell you here is in fact useful, so there really are gypsies that are werewolves. There's some goods here. I have, since I was a little thorough, I really have pretty much all the money I need to buy all that I need here. You can get some garlic free later. Trail rations are not actually required, but you do get hungry in this game, and You can save yourself some grief by
It's an ornamental dinner plate.
just going ahead and getting some trail rations.
You warm your hands by the fire. It feels cozy and nice. You warm...
Goodbye. Or, as my dear departed Boris used to say, may the winds blow fair at your beck.
It's Mordavia, not Moldavia.
From the sign reading Burgomeister's office, you cleverly deduce that the Burgomeister works here. It's been years since you studied Mordavian, but you think that Burgomeister might be the word for mayor, or perhaps sheriff. The sign reads General Store. You wonder how much of a commission the salespeople get. The sign simply reads Inn. Guess that means you should go in.
Oh, okay then. Go in. I actually had no idea what an inn was
You
before I
enter
played
the
this
small
game.
but nicely furnished country inn. Stairs lead up to the guest bedrooms. The floor is covered with sawdust and peanut shells. The barrel contains the few shells that manage to land in it. The innkeeper stares at you with an expression of fear and astonishment. It is several seconds before he speaks.
This is the Hotel Mordavia. Rooms here are 15 kopecks for room and board. Pay for 1 week in advance. Your room will be the first room at the top of the stairs. When you want food in the morning or evening, just sit down over there by the door.
Pay the innkeeper for your room and board.
Thank you for your payment.
Like you don't even have a choice here. It's not really a big deal though, unless you're really unattentive and miss a lot of the kopecks or the crowns that I got. You're pretty much good on money for the whole game, I believe. Let's talk to these rough and tumble peoples. Names.
I am Hans. Pleasure's all yours. I'm a farmer of pumpkins and corn and a person of great importance here in lovely Mordavia.
Listen, I'm telling you, Igor's death must be avenged. Pleased to meet you. I'm Ivan, an elephant herder. Unfortunately, there are no more elephants in Mordavia, so business has kind of fallen off a tad.
These guys either improvised or like changed the script a lot, but these guys' dialogue is really great. Except for that one. I believe that's the only glitch I remember in the voices, but yeah, total glitch out there.
Guys, is it just me or is Mordavia a wonderful place?
This guy's in the best.
Oh, are you kidding? It's the greatest. There's many places to go, things to see. Are you kidding?
Right. Let's not forget that scenic cemetery to the east of town.
Everyone here is nothing but grins. Real friendly.
Yeah, except when we don't know you. We don't like strangers.
Or anyone else that's weird and doesn't belong.
What rumors do you have?
Rumors? You talking to me? What rumors?
Oh, there are no rumors here.
Unless you count the rumor that the castle is owned by...
Horse patootie. There are no rumors in Mordavia to speak of. The town of Mordavia is a quiet place.
Filled with friendly, joyful, stinky people.
Well, I'm not so sure about the friendly part. We tend to be very suspicious of strangers like you.
Yeah, well anyway, the town is filled with joyful and stinky people.
Yeah, happy, joyful, and stinky people.
Well, I wouldn't call us particularly joyful. As a matter of fact, most of us are pretty glum.
Oh, very well, all right then. Mordavia is filled with people, you know, stinky ones.
Yeah, many stinky people.
Well, I wouldn't exactly call
This
it
guy's the best.
many. There actually aren't very many of us around here.
Oh, forget it. Well, at least he stinks.
Alright, that's unfortunately all we have to say. Oh, right, we can talk.
They stare at you in astonishment.
Introduce yourself.
You say you are a hero. Well, we will judge you here by your actions rather than your words.
It's fair.
Magic is a very dangerous thing. We do not trust those who use or are used by magic. Make certain you do not give us any more cause for alarm.
Oops. Yeah, being a thief gives you this make the thief sign dialogue option. I don't believe it's ever useful. The one time we meet a thief, there is actually no reason for us to make that particular sign.
There is no response. Whoever or whatever is renting this room must not be there right now. The room is totally empty. Nobody answers your knock. You hear the sound of silence. As you start to open the door, you realize that this is the innkeeper's room. You quickly close it again before you get caught.
That's one way to avoid drawing a room. We have a room here, and we actually have a chest we can keep our stuff in.
Unlock the door to your room and go in.
We can also get some complimentary garlic.
You take a clove of garlic in case you meet an Italian chef somewhere.
We have a useless candle we can light.
You light the candle. You put the candle out. You light the candle.
Amazing player freedom in this game.
The chest is empty.
So, the weight of the stuff that you carry does affect you. I don't believe I'm carrying too much. Let's see. You're currently carrying 2,324 quarks. The most you can carry without a strain is a load of 8,000 quarks. So, we are actually fine.
It's a braided circular rug, apparently mass-produced.
Nothing particularly interesting.
You light the lamp.
We can light the lamp, though. That's important. A fun effect of being able to climb, we normally can't get back in here unless it's daylight, but we can climb in.
So, you are still around, are you?
I just got here 5 minutes ago, dude.
Mordavia?
10 minutes, maybe. Like, tops. Like, calm yourself. Let's talk to this nice senile old man. Hello, senile old man.
I am Nikolai. Have you seen my Anna? Anna, have you seen my Anna? I am looking for Anna. Have you seen Anna?
Well, we'll just leave him be. This ridiculous looking building here.
It looks like a gigantic stone nose. Who knows what it really means?
Oh crap.
The windows stare back at you like eyes in the living wall. Well, they don't really, it's just a simile, you know?
I learned a lot of words from this game. Oh, that guy's Liquid Snake, really? No, I put down the skill level. I believe... Let's not put the skill down quite that low. I think strategy makes battle easier and skill makes puzzles easier. There's certain puzzles that are real pains in the butt. Oh wait, we actually are required to have the trail ration. This thing has some copy protection. I don't want to go here quite yet. Because I'll have to open a different browser. Let's go in here.
The door is locked.
We'll break it open.
Let's try the subtle approach. On second thoughts, better not.
Can't break down. Yeah, that's Nikolai's house.
The ancient oak has donned its fall cloak, anticipating the winter chill soon to come.
I love the flowery prose, random bits of this game.
As you enter the northern part of the town, you hear the sound of a chisel chipping away at a stone block. A man is carving gravestones at one end of the street. Your attention quickly moves from the stone carver to the ominous Gothic building in the center of the street. There is definitely something not right about this structure.
I love this pile of gravestones, just, you know.
It's an advertisement for Igor's headstone business.
Advertisement.
It's an
Look at the building.
This is a bas-relief of a strange creature. It looks like an octopus with only 6 tentacles. You have a creepy feeling as if it is looking right back at you. It is a thoroughly uninteresting wall. Sort of a wallflower.
This was sort of an odd place for that particular remark. This is a thoroughly interesting wall.
It looks pretty much as you'd expect.
I think it's just a generic thing they forgot to change or something.
It is a
Take this shuttle.
doesn't.
Yoink!
I won't ditch my shuttle for anyone. You dig me?
Igor's great. Let's talk to Igor.
Igor. Just Igor. Building was Adventurers Guild. No adventurers, no guild.
Their faces kind of freeze mid whatever they were saying when the voice ends. It's kind of funny.
Town Mordavia, this north part of town.
So helpful.
Oh, this day job. Also work graveyard shift. Little graveyard humor there. Igor dig graves in cemetery. Igor put dead person in grave. Igor cover dead person with dirt. Igor put headstone on grave. Oh, plenty job security around here. Business is piling up. Little graveyard humor there. Again.
See, sometimes the faces get stuck in a slightly awkward position. Let's skip to the monastery.
Bad building. No, go there. Bad, bad, bad.
They can't really decide whether Igor is, like, self-aware and reasonably intelligent or, like, super stupid.
He looks at you and then goes back to work. The headstone carver stares at you and then goes back to work.
I love his current voice. Ah, we're digging graves. He's the voice of Johnny Bravo. Yeah, they got really good voice acting talent for this.
You can't get there from here. It's out of reach.
This is the old Adventurers Guild?
The door is locked.
Oh, right. Somebody has the key for that.
Still,
Shut up, Igor. Or... Boris? No, not Boris.
this time.
Dr. Cranium.
Dr. Cranium is an idiot and a madman. If you are wise, you will stay away from him.
That's the guy who was in the building that looks like a house. Yeah, there is fighting in this game.
It used to be that the only monsters around here were the occasional wyverns. Now there are many dangerous things in the valley. It is safe only within the town gates.
Let's ask with you.
The Adventurers Guild is in the north part of town, but it's closed and boarded up. There have been no adventurers here since the road was flooded. By the laws of the land, I must give you the key for the asking. Perhaps it will be of some use to you.
The Adventurers Guild is a pretty good place to train. Let's go ahead and go in there. This first part, this is probably going to be at least a 2-part stream. I'm going to stream this again Friday.
Lock the door.
The first part of the game, of course, just introduces you to the whole world and how mechanics work. There's always a big spooky monster head.
It's a rare example of the deadly Moldavian moose, distinguishable by its long, fang-like canines. Someone has strung garlic around its neck, probably in hopes that it will stay on the wall.
There was a big spooky dead creature on Adventurers Guild wall.
Are you kidding? It would probably bite your fingers off, then suck the blood out of them. You'd better moose out of this one.
So we can do things like train in here.
Your legs are too stiff and sore to use this right now. You feel around in the hole for a bit, then pull out a rabbit. Well, not really, but wouldn't it be neat if you had?
We can sign our name in the little Adventurers Guild book.
You sign your name into the adventurer's logbook with a flourish. It's almost become a habit by now. That would be a lot easier if the desk had a drawer.
You smart-ass game.
You read in the adventurer's log about some of the exploits of past adventurers in Moldavia. Prominent among them is the story of Piotr and the Dark One's cult. Near the end of the book, Piotr tells how he led the armies against the Chernovi cult outside the Dark One's cave. The fighters were trained soldiers, but the cult members fought like madmen. Suddenly, the cult members changed their forms and became grotesque monsters. Many of the soldiers panicked and ran. The battle was nearly lost. Then Pyotr heard the voice of Irana. "By all my will, I banish you to..." The voice was cut off. The cult members screamed and ran. Pyotr entered the cave and searched for some sign of life. All he could find were the grotesque remains of cult members. The only sign of Irana was her magical staff lying on the ground. Pyotr picked it up and left the cave, knowing that Irana was beyond his help. Pyotr then tells how he brought the staff back to town and placed it in the town square. A garden of flowers instantly sprang up around it. Near the end of the book, Pyotr tells that he was going to seek out the rituals of the Dark One and destroy them. There are no later entries.
Rest in pieces, Pyotr. So there's some backstory for you.
The painting doesn't look particularly valuable, and there's nothing behind it.
I think this game does a pretty good job of the backgrounds are more subdued, and we can kind of see that these this pile of balls here is
any more weight might strain your muscles. Try working with the weights you already have in the baskets.
And we can get this rope.
You pick up the rope and grapnel set and tie it onto your pack.
So the rope and grapnel allows you to climb some stuff easier, or climb certain things at all. You can also practice climbing over here. We're pretty decent at climbing, but there's certain walls that we can't climb quite yet. I actually think we're so good at climbing we can't benefit from this.
Someone has deliberately scraped these marks into the ceiling.
And the game is set up so that each class will have slightly different experiences. We're gonna look under that.
This desk holds the adventurer's logbook, a quill.
Under desk. Oh, right. This obvious puzzle here. Picture that for you. Oh wait, no. Read some books.
Which book do you want to read?
Read Creative Casting.
The book is all about using spells in unusual and creative ways, such as calming a fire, using alternate flame and frost spells to make something brittle and break, and so on. You pick up a number of useful tips which will improve your spellcasting.
Yeah, some of these actually buff your
This book
stats.
teaches the ancient oriental art of talk fool. How to overcome opponents by attacking them with the unpronounceable names of martial arts forms and confusing them with fortune cookie wisdom. You get lost somewhere between karate and kuksu.
Unfortunately, the audio mixing for some of the voices is kind of bad, so some of those might be a little hard to hear.
The book turns out to be an advertising brochure. It says, "I, Dr. Cranium, predict that someday one of my descendants will become the subject of a major computer game. The Castle of Dr. Brain from Sierra Online."
Is that a real game?
Jeez, how cheesy can you get?
I think that must be a real game. I think we lost some magic because of that. Hero magazine.
As you scan through Hero, there are a series of articles about the land of Moldavia. The town originally grew up around Castle Borgov. The Borgovs were the boyars, or local noblemen, assigned the role of guarding the area from invaders. The chapter on fauna describes a number of interesting creatures. The Necritor is a vicious carnivore with big, sharp teeth. Some of the other monsters sound even more horrific. In the forest lives the Lishi, a creature known for playing practical jokes on travelers and playing riddle games, but which can also be helpful to those it likes. You learn about the Rosalka, the spirit of a murdered, unmarried woman. Such spirits are said to inhabit lakes and rivers. They try to avenge themselves by drowning any man foolish enough to approach them. You could really learn a lot by reading this magazine thoroughly, instead of just browsing through it. Isn't it nice that we included a complete copy in your game box?
Smiley face. Yeah, there's so this is a puzzle. that thing we read gave us a hint. Not really too hard. There you go. You can only get here if you're a thief. You won't see the thief sign otherwise when you climb that rope.
You climb down the ladder into a seedy-looking room. A massive door blocks off a smaller room in the rear. This isn't as dusty as the Adventurers Guild, and the torches look recently lit. Your eye is drawn to the Thieves Guild recruiting poster on the back wall. It gives you fond memories of your home guild.
The Thieves Guild thing is a big part of why I play a thief. It's a whole extra side quest.
The poster is firmly attached. The double doors are, of course, locked. This is a Thieves Guild, after all.
Yeah, I love that. This is a cute little puzzle.
You slip the guild membership card between the doors and unlatch the lock. Your guild card. Don't leave home without it.
I'm sure that was supposed to read "Don't thieve home."
There are a number of fascinating books about thief techniques on the... Of special interest is the one on disarming traps. It says that with a new Mark II Thieves toolkits and a bit of skill in picking locks, you can locate and disarm almost any mechanical trap. In the section on surviving magical traps, the book suggests taking up religion. There is also a book on thief marks that tells you all about this secret language of thieves. You learn a...
Yeah, that basically tells us...
You don't see any way to open the safe. It looks as if the knob is missing.
Filch safe code. Barrels?
There's nothing in these barrels. Ah, you found a hidden safe. Good work. Ah, you... It sounds pretty safe.
Maybe we can get something.
On close examination...
Thief smart. Look under the other grill, you idiot. Okay.
Rummaging around under the floor drain, you find a round knob with a point on one side, which you pick up. Thieves have had to clean up after themselves since a few unfortunate accidents with maintenance personnel.
Alternate paths? Yeah, you have slightly alternate paths.
Now that you've replaced the safe knob, the Filch safe looks ripe for the cracking. To open the safe, you will need to spell out the...
a few different ways to approach certain situations. Like sometimes you can get by killing something, sometimes you can get by talking, or by stealing something. We're gonna try to steal everything we can. So our only hint really is right here. L.
You quickly rifle the opened safe. Unfortunately, it looks as though legions of Thieves Guild initiates have been here before you, as all the money is gone.
Aww.
You do find 5 throwing daggers placed here for, well, safekeeping. The only other usable thing in the safe is a single lockpick, half buried in dust in one corner.
As a thief, we can actually throw daggers, which is generally something I don't do.
You found a particularly diabolical poison gas trap. Fortunately...
This is basically a thieving tutorial here.
The lock springs open with a satisfying snick. Inside the desk you find a complete and hardly used Mark II Thieves Toolkit. It has all the latest facilities for opening the toughest locks, cracking safes, and disarming mechanical traps. There is one lockpick missing from the set, so you add yours to it. You also find a fancy match set of 3 throwing daggers, which you add to your collection. Finally, you find some sort of diary or logbook in the desk. The title of the book reads, Memoirs of a Master Manipulator. Modest, eh? You take it out and set it on the desk, but it's a little heavy to carry around with you.
A little heavy. The book is as big as us. Certain NPCs can be killed. It's not usually useful, though.
The desk. You leaf through the chief thief's logbook. An interesting entry speaks of a proposed night raid on the castle. The guild members would use the secret passage to avoid notice. You wonder which secret passage that might be. A later entry in different handwriting indicates how far the guild had declined recently. It seems to be just a bunch of doodling and some nonsense words. It says, "Bad boys yell, good girls giggle, rich girls run." Not quite on the same standard as a nighttime castle raid. One of the final entries says, "Fred and Frank caught out at night without hooks. Fred is dead and Frank sank. I'm the last." An ambitious thief will try to prosper by hook and by crook. The log closes with some incoherent ramblings about passing the deadly tentacled beast, then the horror, shadows of darkness enfold me, madness and mockery in the dark one's chamber. Sounds as though the author was in a chemically modified state. A later entry in different hands. It says, "Bad boys yell."
Yeah, that's that hint.
You skip the... You depress the barrel tap, but nothing comes out. Instead, the barrel slides across the wall to reveal some sort of mechanism. This is a door unlocking mechanism.
So yeah, this is what that bad boys yell thingy was all about. Bad boys yell. Good girls giggle. Rich girls run. And what the hell is that? Oh, it's a giant horrible monster.
You found my secret passageway.
Voice.
You must excuse me. I'm not quite myself anymore. Oh, don't worry. I won't hurt you. It is good to talk to someone again. It has been so very long since anyone has been here. Ah, but I'm forgetting my manners. Welcome to Mordavia. I am the chief thief here. I'm also the only thief here other than you, but that is beside the point.
Guys. Oh god, it's a horrible monster. We just save for no reason. I just saved for no reason and killed this horrible monster here. Real quick. This'll be fine. Chief Monster's acid spit started dissolving your hair, then your skin down to your bones, and so on. You weren't paying much attention after the skin part. I'm all washed up. So like any good Sierra game, there's thousands of ways to die, and they all have little sarcastic remarks.
You set off a spike trap on the safe. Ouch! Using the Mark II tool,
I meant to undo.
You quickly manage to get the safe open. Inside you find 6 crowns, a throwing dagger, and a potion labeled Poison Cure.
So what you're supposed to do is inspect the thing before you. If you use the lockpick, it implies that you're trying to immediately pick the lock instead of disarm a thing.
You set up the thieves' toolkit.
Oh right, this game is pretty easy. We just need to make a bingo.
You have successfully disarmed the safe.
It moves faster if it's
You crack the safe
higher
using
skill
the
level,
Mark
but it's not
II
really a risk.
toolkit. You take the healing potion, throwing dagger, and 5 crowns someone was foolish enough to leave inside.
So let's talk to this guy.
There is a little-known secret way into the castle that I will someday reveal to you when I think you are ready.
I actually know that secret.
My name? Oh, you can call me Chief. No point in being informal here just because no one else is around. This was once a very prosperous town before the swamp cut off the only passages in or out of here.
You can ask about a bunch of different places to case.
Do you mean Nikolai? Yes, his would be an easy house from which to gain money. Be wary, though. The Burgomeister's bedroom is beside the house, and Dmitri watches out and listens for the old man.
So that's a fairly easy... This is another major thing that the thief has that the other ones don't. We can actually go into Nikolai's house.
That shop is very securely locked up at night. The only way to get into it would be to very literally break in the window, and that would attract unwanted attention. Do not try it unless you want to get caught.
Robbing the store and the inn are
If
parable.
you ever plan to stay at the inn, or even just eat there, I would not recommend stealing from that place. The people there are suspicious of strangers anyway, and would know who to blame.
The antennae are really good.
That is a very dangerous place. Do not even think of trying to break into it through the door. The last thief who tried that did not even get the door open. We found his toolkit lying beside the door, but we never found him. You will need to be careful around him. He takes his job most seriously. I once offered him a bribe, just as an offer of goodwill, and the man practically bit my head off. Phew, what a sore head. A strange man, a very strange man. No thief ever managed to break into his house unnoticed or steal anything from there.
So by talking to people, we actually unlock dialogue options elsewhere or figure out things we can do. I know most of the this monstrous shape dialogue. We gotta ask about your monstrous shape, my friend.
Do you like it? I'm afraid it is not very becoming. And to think I once despised cockroaches.
Is it fun to be a monster?
Do you think it's fun to have 6 legs and no matching socks? Do you think I enjoy running around frantically and stopping suddenly for no apparent reason? Do you think it's fun to look in the mirror and wish you had a giant fly swatter so you could commit suicide? Is that your idea of fun?
Yes.
You idiot! You! Forgive me, I'm just not myself lately. I made a terrible mistake and broke into the monastery one night. It had been abandoned for years, and I thought maybe something had been left behind there. I discovered a secret passage to the basement. That place gave me the creeps. I felt like something was watching me all the time. When I got to the basement, I discovered a small statue I could easily take. When I tried to pick it up, I felt very, very dizzy. When I awoke from my faint, I looked like this. You can imagine my horror.
How can I help?
It would be too dangerous for you to help me. If I, a master thief and chief of a major guild, dare not go back to the monastery, you would be wise not to even think of such a thing.
Alright, I think we can go. Thief jobs.
We are not exactly set up right now to fence stolen items. There are several places around the town where you might be able to find a bit of loose cash, though.
Hey, Bedpee.
I will tell you what. You go out and steal something from someone in town and come back and tell me about it. If it sounds like you know your basic thief skills...
Alright, so that's about all we can find from here. Go ahead and be on my way. Oh, there's actually a sword here?
There's no sign at all of a crack or seam in this case. You can't find any way to open it, or even a...
We...
Are you kidding? You have trouble forcing a mayonnaise jar open, let alone...
I believe if you're a... I think there's a better sword in there if you're a fighter.
Your legs are too stiff and sore.
And you can immediately access it. And, yeah, I have the speed setting all the way up. Which is why he moves his feet so quickly. You can turn it down if you want super realistic graphics.
Still.
Sadly, the Cockroach Man is not Billy West. What's this?
You don't know... That did...
Scenery.
The water is especially wet this time of year. That didn't...
Snark. Alright. What do we want to do? We've been introduced to most of the town. There's a few things we can do in here once it's nighttime, but it's not quite nighttime yet. What do we want to do? Actually, it'd probably be best to, well, we can probably take on anything we find here. Oh, I know. Fighting time. Oh god, it's Necrotar. Okay. Hold on. Whoa! Don't waste my knives, dude! God damn it. No, fucking stop that. Okay, so... I forgot it was AI by default. Holy crap, it does that little damage. Run! Okay, we are terrible at magic. I forgot, since I'm a thief that barely knows magic, I'm actually not really capable of killing a Necrotar that way. And I think I just threw away like half of my daggers. How many daggers do I have? I have 11. Yeah, so that's what a battle looks like. Unfortunately, that was not a easy battle. Like, that is one of the hardest things I can find in the daytime. I can find a wyvern. Parky, please. I might do some grinding off screen between this and my next stream, just so I can have.
You put.
Oh, crap! I have to put them one by one. I don't think the game will auto throw my last dagger. Yeah, by default, the AI will happily throw your daggers, which is very rude, and they don't really do a ton of damage. I think they did pretty decent damage.
You grab a handful of rock.
We can actually train our throwing by grabbing a bunch of rocks and throwing them. It's actually very tedious. Probably just sleep until night. Which is a completely reasonable thing to do, by the way. Parky, please. We're a thief, so we will eventually get tired and have to sleep for real. But, it will be necessary to... Parky, please! To do some stuff at night here.
After some rest, you...
It's actually something else I was meaning to do, but I really don't want to die out there. My health restores fairly slowly until I can actually sleep for real.
After some rest, you feel better.
Turn to Sega Bit, Sonic Skater wants a true Mario Sonic crossover. Yeah, the battle sprites are pretty good. You can sleep until morning, but only once it's night. Oops, sorry. Table. We can practice magic, and our magic stat will go up. And then we'll be able to do some more damage. What is our current magic stat? Our health and mana are low. You can lose certain stats. Our magic is up slightly. Oh. I don't want to hurt that bird. I don't think it's actually... I think I might lose some honor if I hurt the bird. It's just kind of not what I meant to do.
You grab...
I think I can practice climbing. I can practice climbing on certain trees here.
You grab...
I just grabbed rocks from that tree, apparently. Parky, don't bump the mic, please. See, magic involves doing unspeakable things with xylophone. Of course. There's... the place around here I wanted to see. Oh, goddammit, no. Oh, it's a bunny! Okay, we can fight the bunny. So... the vampire rabbit is a very dangerous foe. Would you stop dodging? I love the dramatic music when the rabbit attacks you. That pose for defeating the rabbit.
There is absolutely nothing in the little rabbit's fanny pack. Well, maybe a pocket watch, but you don't need one of those.
I'll admit, I actually did not get that joke as a
The
kid.
cute, innocent, well, maybe not exactly, little bunny has been viciously slaughtered and now looks like a roadkill.
Yes, that music was definitely necessary for that rabbit. There's a special area around here. There's some repeated scenes, obviously, as we go through this place. Over to the... Here's the swamp. Please, don't stop. Oh, right. We can actually take this guy's bones.
You pick up a single slimy bone.
Obviously, we're going to need that, right? Parker? Oh, hey, Obscure. Where the heck is the shrine? I always have trouble finding this place. Oh god, no! Holy crap, no! Okay, that is really bad. That is extremely bad.
The majestic mountains in the background provide a beautiful contrast to the grim gravestones and crypts of the cemetery.
So, remember when I said there was one thing that could be worse than the Necrotar we found? Yeah, the wyverns are in fact that.
They evidently don't earn much around here. You find nothing of any value. Great Scott, that rotting corpse sure gave you a fright. Fortunately, it was just a dead body, not some sort of horrible undead creature. Those only come out at night.
Oh, it's further east? Ah, thanks. So there's some interesting stuff here.
A heavy stone door seals off the Borgov family crypt. A relief carving on the door shows the crest of the House of Borgov.
I forget, does disrupting that corpse affect my honor? It does not. All my stats are kind of in disarray. Safe. Wyverns are really bad. I believe they can poison us, and they have a fire projectile attack. Oh my god, oh. We'll be fine. The combat controls are a little weird. You click to move forward and to attack, but you can right-click to always attack. I love this completely justified music while fighting the rabbit. Sadly enough, I'm only capable of defeating a rabbit. I could probably defeat a Necrotar with full health, and I would probably need a health potion immediately after. Ah, here we go!
You have come to a beautiful garden deep within the forest. A stream flows gently in a loop around the central island. Feelings of peace and harmony permeate the area.
This place is extra good for magic users, but we still get some use out of it. So, why not plant this little bonsai here? A happy little bonsai. It's between you and me.
You plant the bonsai in the hole and scrape some of the rich soil around it. In moments, the bush begins to grow and blossom before your eyes. The bonsai bush is thriving in the rich soil.
Alright, might as well do this. That's magic.
A soft, magical aura permeates the entire garden. Strong magic emanates from the fruit tree and the center of the pool in the stream. The lanterns are also magical.
I love the soothing voice he does in here. So if we were a magic user, we could get these, well.
As you approach the tree, the fruit vanishes. Must be that low-calorie kind.
Love the narrator so much. Yeah, we can't,
You take a drink of the cool water. It tastes like wild strawberries.
If we were a magic user, there's a long-range grab spell we could use that actually lets us circumvent certain traps and stuff as a magic user.
You discover 30 crowns hidden there. You accept it as a gift from Mirana.
Oh, and as a paladin? Yeah, I think the paladin is like the best of all worlds, kind of, but I don't have a save for that. This is actually the only Quest for Glory I've played. I bought the whole set on good old games.
It doesn't.
I want to play the other ones first, but this is my childhood game, so I wanted to play this one first. I might play the other ones blind. On Obscure, if you didn't hear earlier, I'm going to play this again on Friday at 6 p.m. Central, and probably again next week if I don't finish it then, which I probably won't. Crap, I don't know what that said. I probably said I was hungry or something. London has massive side quests. Here in Rusalka? Oh, that's cool.
You say hello.
Alright. I guess I need to replay with a paladin then once. I'll probably get the paladin save from the other games and, you know, play it through. 1 and 1 make 3. Tell me what you make of a reading, writing, riddling game. Can you tell me what's my name? Yes, Rumpelstiltskin, Lishi, Rusalka, Bushman. Make a wild guess. It's the Lishi.
Tell the creature it's called the Lishi.
Ah, that's the price of too much fame. Now you've gone and guessed my name.
This guy's fun. Though this animation takes forever, and I wish we didn't have to see it every time. This guy gives you hints. There's a whole story in the game if you do Paladin?
Lishi, look and see. In a bush or up a tree. Lishi, riddle rhyme. Can you solve them every time?
His size is variable, so sometimes he's huge, sometimes
No one
he's tiny.
seems to be listening.
When you solve his games, he gives you little riddles and stuff. I don't have any rations? Wait. Oh, I guess I already ate my food rations. My sandwich thing. Notice that. Yes. Yeah, my food, or my health slowly drains. Yeah, why not? I'm not sure if fighting these things is any better than just training at the thing. Might as well get some glory killing some were-rabbits, you know? It's actually kind of rude that the game lets you encounter Necrotars and stuff so early. As a fighter, you can totally take... Actually, as a magic user and a fighter, you can easily take a Necrotar, but as a thief, we're a little limited in the fighting department. We technically have access...
The door is locked and probably barred as well.
Oh, it's technically nighttime.
Somebody might see you during the day.
Rabbit combo times 3. It's technically nighttime, despite the broad daylight we are currently seeing. Whatever.
The wall is too smooth to climb.
Oh, I actually don't have enough skill to climb. It's kind of bad. I need food. Save it. Reason.
Somebody.
I'm gonna wait, and I hope I don't starve to death. I don't.
After some rest, you.
You kidding? Yeah, I think the wyverns only spawn.
You're getting.
Oh, you actually don't start good enough to climb there. All right, you can after some time. Yeah, I think the wyverns only spawn towards the east of where you need to get to Mordavia. But you can run into them really early.
Eye you suspiciously. You get the feeling that you're not particularly welcome here.
Nobody make note of the fact that I totally did not come in through the door. I was just sleeping there all day, even though you saw me leave.
You have some garlic pheasant for supper.
A running joke here is that everything has
now
garlic.
The table's helping to keep you off the floor as well.
Let's talk to these guys. These guys are so good. Oh wait, is he the same?
You know, we don't get...
He's right.
Yeah, we tend to be...
Yeah, that's what...
Right.
Oh wait, no, this was the new one. Okay, I messed up.
You know, we don't get many strangers here, now that the pass outside's been cut off.
He's right. We don't trust ones who come here by unknown means.
Yeah, particularly strangers we don't know.
We tend to be kinda suspicious of strangers, and I think I'm looking at one right now.
Yeah, that's why we made the sign that says strangers are unwelcome and unwanted.
Right. And in our own subtle way, we try to get across the fact that we don't like them very much.
Strangers bring bad luck.
Strangers bring trouble.
Actually, the last stranger brought a jester's hat and a staff, but I still don't trust him.
Anything else you want to know, stranger?
He's just kind of a generic mafioso. Exactly
you know, there's another stranger in town besides you.
Oh, and let me tell you, he is very strange, okay?
Strange? The dude ain't even human.
No one knows how he got here or why he came.
No one knows where he goes during the day, or who he's trying to meet, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and he tells jokes. At least I think he does.
Yeah, he says he's a real jester.
He dresses like Sonny Bono.
And he acts like a gnome.
He is a gnome, Einstein.
So there's a jester in town.
The town of Mordavia is a very safe place to be, gotta tell you.
Oh yeah, you got nothing to fear within the walls of the town.
Other than the old monastery.
Yeah, the old monastery. As long as you don't venture into the old monastery, you'll be safe as milk in this town.
Yeah, as long as you don't even think of getting near the old monastery, you're gonna be okay.
Did I mention the monastery door?
Oh, yeah, right. The monastery door. Look, as long as you don't go near the monastery door.
In fact, nowhere near the monastery. Don't even think about it.
You'll be perfectly safe in the town of Mordavia.
How are y'all doing?
Hey, look. There's nothing wrong with us.
Yeah, we're okay. We've been tested.
Well, to tell you the truth, I do feel a cold sore coming on.
Hey, Mordavia nights are dangerous.
Oh, he's right, you know. Nobody goes out at night, except my girlfriend, but she's working.
Her and a few ghosts, and revenants, a wraith, and vampire or two.
Hold it, put it in park. There are no vampires in Mordavia.
Vampires in Moldavia. Whoever heard of such nonsense?
I hate to burst your bubble, but my Uncle Fred was bitten by a vampire once.
Your Uncle Fred's alive and well and retired till Silmaria. Hello?
Yeah, I know him. He sends you a postcard every harvest time saying, "Where's my $20?"
Well, he had a miraculous recovery.
Alright, that's enough from them. Alright, we didn't look at the board.
This giant wild boar's head is a trophy of the Burgomeister's last boar hunt. That must have been one impressive boar.
That one isn't based on anyone as far as Google now.
You unlock...
It just seems sort of like a general stereotype. Your health is still a little low. Those...
The stone carvings on the dark building seem to writhe in the moonlight. You get the feeling that they are hungry and waiting for something or someone.
There's a couple ways to get in the door here.
This is a bas-relief of a strange creature. It looks like an octopus with only 6 tentacles. You have a creepy feeling as if it is looking right back at you.
I believe there's a way to kill this thing with magic, and it actually reduces your honor, even though it's evil. But obviously, one completely safe way is to just open the door, you know? Just force the door open. We'll be fine. The hexapus has had the munchies ever since it got stoned. Fortunately for it, but not for you, it occasionally gets meals delivered right to its door. Rest in peace.
You approach the hectopus to touch it.
Oh, that's actually safe. Alright.
Powerful and hostile magic radiates from the shadowed doorway and the relief of the 6-tentacled monster above it.
So the safest way to get in here...
The hectopus seems somehow calmer as you present the Dark One sign to it. You get the feeling that there's something it wants you to do with the sign.
The narrator's so good, I'm not sure why the death messages aren't read out.
You push the Dark One sign into the indentation on the door. It fits perfectly.
This is the safest way to get in.
The bas-relief depicts a scarab beetle, sacred to the Shaperians as the keeper of the sun. mostly due to certain unsavory habits having to do with downfalls. This is a no longer used monastery. The furnishings are in poor condition, and the carpet and drapes are faded and threadbare. The symbols of the Dark One make this an uncomfortable place to be.
If we had better climbing
You need to
skills.
work more on your climbing. This wall is rather tricky.
The funny thing, the wall to get out of the monastery is actually a little bit harder than the one to get in. So you can actually get briefly trapped in here. If you keep climbing and climbing, you'll eventually get the skill to get out. Yeah, I actually learned that just today. Narrators, in fact, John Rhys Davis, Gimli from Lord of the Rings, and a bunch of other stuff. I went and looked up a few things about this game.
The reliefs are important only for their symbolism. There's nothing you can do with it. It doesn't budge.
Look up here.
There's something dark in the alcove. Could it be at last the fabled black bird for which so many have been searching?
Yeah, we need better climbing skill to go get that blackbird.
You need to work more.
I believe you can just use the long reach to grab the thing.
It's a six-tentacled, octopus-like creature. I guess you'd call it a hexapod. Unless you like cats, you might call it a hexapus.
Clearly only has 4 tentacles. Yeah, I really like the music in here. They do some really good stuff in terms of world feel in this game. So let's just...
It doesn't budge.
Let's just stand here.
That's funny. The strange six-tentacled creature is moving. It looked like another wall decoration at first. It doesn't budge.
I'm sure this is safe. Hector the Hexapod had a hunch that hapless hero was his lunch. Since you brought no better fare, he chooses to eat you then and there. Some really cute deaths in this. It's for the Thieves Guild. Yeah, it's been years since I played this too. I actually never beat it. I don't think you were here, but...
This is a fairly attractive, in a baroque way, display cabinet with a... You strike a mighty hammer blow at the glass case. It just sort of looks at it.
Yeah, I played this game years ago as a kid, but I...
deftly pick the cabinet's simple lock.
Healing potion in there. There was a bug on this game on 32-bit processors or something, and once you try to go south from the swamp, the game just crashes.
It's amazingly lifelike sculpture.
This version doesn't have that issue.
Looks like a cross between a baby troll and a hermit or dervish. It fits the description of a domovoi, except that it's totally dried out and unmoving.
We actually need something from Dr. Cranium for that one, I believe.
It's a six-tentacled octopus.
Oh wait, actually without this Dark One sign, I don't believe we can get in there without killing the Hexapus, which for some reason is considered a bad thing. Actually, I think we need to leave here for now.
You retrieve the Dark One sign from the monastery door, then quickly step away.
I don't think that worked on my PC, because I pretty much always play this game at full speed.
That window is higher than it looks. That... You carefully...
Yeah, the version you get from Good Old Games runs in DOSBox, and you'll be perfectly safe. Oh right, you need to feed it... Garlic? I'll find out in a bit. So important, you can actually change your stance to running or sneaking. We need to be sneaking in here. A few ways we can die in here. Pretty much always by waking up the dude.
It doesn't... No one sees...
We actually need this oil because we got some creaky
Carefully
hinges.
oil the hinges on the wardrobe doors. That didn't do... You search around in the wardrobe, but the only thing loose and portable is a garlic clove that has come loose from the garlic braid you see in here.
This?
You hear a in the pocket of one of the pairs of pants in here, you'll find...
The old guy's pretty hard of hearing.
The chest.
So, you get a few chances to mess up.
Such a terrible lack of trust around here.
The old man has not only locked his chest, but seems to have used a good enough lock that it's beyond your abilities. Or
our stats are kind of junk, but here tries. Oh, dang. Do I have a stamina potion? Are there stamina potions in the... Whatever. We can go downstairs here.
It's an attractive, but not particularly valuable music box. The desk consists of a simple tabletop.
That didn't.
This is a cute little trap. There's a mug on top of this desk. If you don't put the mug on the floor,
pick up the ugly.
You'll wake up the old man.
You see, pawing around on the odds and ends, you pick up a dagger, 1 crown, and 11. Looky.
I don't think we can actually close this and put the mug back.
Let's get a couple of things straight. 1, the chest the mug was on is open, so there's nowhere to place it.
Well, let us put it down.
Look.
This is amateur thief stuff, but I think we do actually leave that open.
You straighten out your... You find a small bottle of healing potion, which you take. It's a diary. The author was working in Castle Borgov when the Boyar was still around, and mentions a secret passage in the Boyar's crypt. Interesting.
There's like several ways to learn that Boyar crypt.
The couch looks as though it's seen better years.
So... Actually can't do anything here. I don't want to run out of stamina, because then I'm not sure if I can climb down. I really don't want to. Oop. He totally woke up, but I think we're fine. That kind of spooked me, but I think we're okay. Anything? Actually, I was in the Thieves Guild. Can you just practice locks? Like, all you want, or... anything I want to do outside. There's actually some really dangerous stuff at night. Like, Necrotars are more common, and we also meet Wraiths, which are super bad. So we're just gonna sleep until morning.
You awaken as the...
Oh, no dreams. You get dreams at some point. We don't need to be sneaking. I think we're supposed to oil that hinge. But yeah, he wakes up and he thinks it's Anna.
It's a typical...
I'm pretty sure the game immediately ends if he wakes up for real and calls... What is this guy? Like, Dimitri?
Still you remain.
This guy never gets too friendly with... Well, eventually, there's something we can do. Alright, we can just barge on in, too. Hi, friend!
What now?
Anything new in here?
Irana was a powerful magic user.
I know I mean his name.
Was rumored
I know
to
he's the
have come
Burgomaster.
from somewhere near Mordavia. Her garden is supposed to be magical and keep anyone who stays there safe from harm. Irana died here many years ago. Her staff in the center of town stands as her memorial. It is supposed to protect the town from evil and to have other magic besides. It is bad luck to speak of her death. If you must know, she died in that cave you say you came from. I am not a superstitious man, but I will not talk more about the subject.
I don't think there's anything here.
In such a small village, only one jail cell is needed. The Burgomaster was very fond of wild boar hunting in his youth. He still keeps a rack of spears in case any wild boars should wander into his office. This door opens onto the Burgomeister's bedroom and private quarters. The Burgomeister's chair is large and impressive. A magnificent shield, flanked by 2 great axes, is the office's sole decoration.
Unfortunately, I don't believe we get
Try to
get
avoid
those
getting
axes.
into trouble. I would not like to have...
What do we need to train? We also need climbing. I'll try to do a whole bunch of the grinding when we don't have anything to do. Actually, gotta go.
Are you kidding?
Work this.
There's only a certain amount of...
There's only so much of that you can use.
Are you...
Can you practice locks in that room there? In the Thieves Guild, or do I have to find an active lock? Alright. Let's get a day ration. We get so ridiculously much money in this, I don't think it's ever really an issue unless you really... You're not supposed to know about a lot of the money that I have now. I have like 70 is a lot of crowns. I don't think you ever need anything too much beyond what's in that store there. Oh, wait, is the Jester in town now? I think once we tell those...
There is no response.
No. I think there's a few things we can't see on the first few days. Oh crap, I didn't see the Domovoy! Well, we'll see the Domovoy later, I guess. I'll try to show you all the interesting locations. The paintings. I already unlocked those, though. I'm not sure if I can still practice there. Hello.
A heavy gate blocks the way to the winding road. Far in the distance, you can see a majestic castle.
Welcome to Mordavia. It's nice to have some fresh blood around here. We so seldom see strangers.
This heavy gate blocks access to the castle road. The gate makes you wait.
Save. I believe you can... Actually, I'm not sure if this guy allows you to kill yourself. But... Pick lock on gate.
I'm afraid I can't allow you to do that.
You decide that it might be better to wait.
That's also Jim Cummings. Let's see if my honor got reduced. I think my honor might have just been reduced from stealing from that guy. It doesn't really matter. I can't become a paladin anyway.
I am Boris Stovich.
Boris is great.
I am the gatekeeper of Borgov Castle. Is it not true that he who guards the gates is the keystone speaker? This is the gate to Borgov Castle. You can see it in the distance behind here. I am here to make certain that only welcome guests may enter through here in the daytime.
Lots of
At
impressions in
night,
this game.
This gate is guarded by huge necrotars, who make certain no one tries to enter without permission. The town of Mordavia is to the east of here. Turn to the east as you leave and continue until your way is blocked by rocks. Then turn north and you will find the gates of the town. This is the gate to Borgov Castle. You can see it in the distance behind here. I am here to make certain that only at night this gate is guarded.
I could have swore we had more.
It is so difficult to get past the swamp which blocks the pass to and from the valley. We haven't had a stranger here since the rains created the swamp several years ago.
This guy's just been here for years.
Farewell. And
this guy's pretty nice for the guardian of an evil
goodbye,
castle.
young man. May the fireplace be warm and the drink cold at your journey's end.
I believe there's in fact something we're supposed to... I think there's more dialogue we can get out of him, but I'm not sure exactly how we get that dialogue. We can go visit the Rusalka. I forget exactly what I need to do there, though. Uh-oh, not a Necrotar. Okay, just a bunny. I'll fight the bunny. I love the, like, dramatic wind effect. This tiny rabbit. That guitar. Out of energy already. Oh wait, I did the whatever stuff. Anything other than a paladin, all you can do is give her flowers. Yeah.
This cemetery. This where dead people buried. Igor buried them. Meet Igor. You weird stranger.
Rude.
Grave, hole in ground. Put person in when dead.
Like Igor talking to us like we're morons.
Well, technically only large one crypt. Crypt of Borgov's. Smaller building tomb. Not certain what distinction myself. Oh, Igor got key to crypt. Igor keep key to crypt.
Rude.
No disturb crypt.
Oh, is the gypsy already tomorrow? Oh right, I forgot to read these.
The inscription on this headstone reads, Michael Med bumped his head in another man's bed. Now he's dead. Rest in peace. This headstone reads, On a dare, Pasha Sperry spent the night in the cemetery. Something gave him such a fright that now he sleeps here every night.
Not gonna kill Igor.
This gravestone is marked, No effort could Elissa save. She passed into a watery grave. Her body was lost, only her memory remains.
He mix the depressing ones in with the funny ones. I believe that is the Rusalka, in fact.
Here lies Janos, faithful forever to his lost true love, laid beside her empty grave. Here lies the spirit of Barney Blue, to his lover was untrue. So she knew just what to do, fixed herself some Barney stew. Here lies the body of Carrie Nation, who answered a vampire's invitation. Now there's cause for lamentation, it was a fatal recreation. Arkan Tenor walked at night. Arkan saw his final sight. Now the question seems to be, what in the world did Tenor see? It is deathly silent beyond the door.
I believe we can't actually... Oh wait, this tree!
You start to climb the old oak tree.
This tree is really good climbing practice.
It's filled with this season's earnings.
Dirt.
The dirt needs to stay here. Would you like to be buried without a blanket? No hurry. They'll put you in one of those in good time.
Oh, at night, sometimes lightning strikes that cracked grave and blood comes out. It's really cool.
The bush... The bush...
It's really weird how this minigame works.
The bush...
You gotta click just the right area for some reason.
The bush...
Oops! Hi there!
Oh, there's a friggin' bird in his head.
3 and 3 and 3 make 9. Who lives among fishy, squishy riddles make?
Tell me who's in the lake. The Rusalka.
1 and 2 and 3 make 6. Who hides her hut behind trick sticks? Magic message. Bushes here. In the rhyme with disappear.
Alright, that's a hint for,
No one...
Baba Yaga. Missing some stuff for Baba Yaga, so we don't really want to go there either. We can go see the gypsies, but we can't do anything with them quite yet.
Colorful wagons surround the fire pit in this authentic Moldavian gypsy camp. You've heard that gypsies like to keep to themselves, But surely they won't mind just one visitor.
Go away! We allow no strangers in our camp. Leave immediately! These wolves will soon be at your throat if you do not go. Leave here.
Oh yeah, I know.
We gypsies do not want strangers here. Go away.
He has it. I don't think he has
I lose my patience.
So obviously, a reasonable thing to do here is to take our little dagger here and stab the guy. Overwhelmed. You are in grave danger. You can't get into more trouble now. It's a cryptic situation. Too bad for you. Sort of a random pun-filled death. I guess I couldn't think of anything. I guess I can get some elderberries while I'm out here. That's just right down here. Left? No? What is it? Oh, it's a bunny. I can't believe the first, like, two things we saw were a wyvern and a necrotar. Uh-oh. You can't magic the bunny. This is actually bad. This is actually really bad. I can't recruit the bunny. I'm too tired to kill the bunny. Okay, there we go. I should be okay to wait. No, that's not it. I just want to get those elderberries and run. Alright, I love this guy.
There's something strange about this bush. Maybe it's the eyes. Oh, forget it. It's probably just an ordinary, everyday bush with blood-red berries and tentacle-like branches.
Since this is a completely ordinary bush, we're just gonna go and pick those berries.
That's not a great idea. The bush would start with the hand you offer it, then eat the rest of you as well.
Stop being a wuss. I'm gonna go get those berries.
That hurt. That really hurt. Think of being stung by a 10-foot-long wasp. You think that would be a relief in comparison. That hurt. You think that...
I really love the humor in this game.
That hurt. You think...
You've been bitten by a berry bush and you're bound to be buried. Very, very sad is what it said at the top there. I think there's something you can do to neutralize this guy.
You are so exhausted.
Uh-oh. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Whatever, I'll just magic it. This is another one of those things that we could do.
You strip the bed. That hurt. You think that...
Run, run! Okay. This is one of those things that's easier for magic users because you can go and magic grab the thingy. Oh god, oh god, oh my god, oh no, 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 no. No, no. Okay, we're not fighting the freaking wyvern. I will die. Even if I had full stamina, I would probably die to that thing. But yeah, the humor is one of the reasons I really love this game. I eat.
It's sausage and peppers fried with garlic.
I just love that everything here is garlic fried. Whatever.
You unlock the door.
Fortunately, there's no rest until the stamina is full thing.
Up. After some...
So we've explored most of the areas we can for right now. I don't really want to look up the copy protection and go into Dr. Cranium. We can't really do anything super important there anyway. We can start getting... Part of Michael Myers will be played by the... you doing, old man? Did anybody rob you by any chance?
I am looking.
Never mind, this guy's too depressing to talk.
Tell the...
If you see...
Oh, right. I'll have to wander around a bit outside. It's actually really dangerous, though. Should I practice magic? Let's see how my stats are. Weapon use. Strength has not gone up too much at all, actually. Magic's gone up. Right. The first 2 days are pretty much practice. There's actually something that can ruin your save file if you don't take
There's only a certain
here.
amount of punishment your body can stand on any given day. Enough pain, enough gain for now. Try again tomorrow. You consider...
Side quests there mostly is like, I think, the Dome of Void quest. Oh yeah, forgot about the Dome. We haven't met the Dome of Void yet, though. Forget if that actually does anything to benefit him. Fortunately, there's no good way to practice some of our skills in the daytime because we're in fact a thief. Hello, birdie. I think I'll practice my climbing. Oh, hey! Since we're here.
That did... You need to practice some more. This lock...
This is a fairly hard lock. Oh, does he not practice or visit the first night? Yeah, I totally... Dang.
You are so You need to practice...
Alright. Hopefully that was good practice. What is my lockpicking? It's only 2 that... Skills raise slower than I remember in this game. I'll probably do a bunch of grinding off screen like I mentioned a couple times. Just because it's boring and I don't really want to slow you down too much with it. But the game needs some time to progress, so burning up all of our energy and taking a nap here will actually be kind of good. We need to see the Domovoy. I believe the Gypsy event happens tomorrow. How long do you have to dawdle for the Gypsy event, by the way?
There is no...
Alright, and whoever's in that room does not actually appear until a few days later. The game kind of gives you some time to settle in. Do this. I found this exact pixel where you can just mash clicking.
After some...
You get 3 whole days? I won't need that long. But as a kid... As a kid, I actually got into this glitch state where he was at the stake in the middle of the town.
Pleasure. It is the traditional Moldavian chicken paprikash, delicately seasoned with locally grown paprika and garlic.
Yeah, I got stuck into the state where at the nighttime he would be at the stake and I could walk around, but the moment it was daytime and I went into that area, they would burn him and then you get a game over. And I believe that save file was just totally ruined. Can I talk to these guys? Elephants.
Pardon me while I wax eloquent, but once, many years ago, huge herds of fragrant elephants roamed freely in this particular valley.
Oh yeah. In the good old days, peanut farming would have made you a billionaire.
Once, long ago, I had a successful career. And I was also an elephant herder.
You kidding? Everyone used to have a pet elephant.
Oh yeah, I remember mine. I married her.
Yeah. She was great for vacuuming up peanuts from your rugs.
Not only that, but elephants are very clean and modest as well. They always went bathing with their trunks, don't you know?
Yeah, nice thing about elephants. Very easy to housebreak, you know? They hardly ever made mistakes. Huh, unless they got excited, okay?
Unfortunately, elephants get excited easily. A lot of houses got broken that way. This really brings back sad memories. Please, let's talk about something uplifting like last year's famine.
I really love some of the... I'm not sure if that's ad-libbed, but yeah. The voice samples are obviously CD exclusive too, right? I only had the CD version myself. I still have the CD too.
Here we are sitting around here minding our own business, Cochise, and here you waltz up and interrupt us.
Yeah, here's $10. Get a real haircut, okay? You don't seem to realize we're very important men around here.
Right. Just because no one else seems to think so doesn't invalidate the point.
These guys are best.
You know, our little towns remained unchanged for generations.
Oh yeah, our forefathers have always lived here in peace and quiet.
Except for the time when the cult came here.
Ooh, the cult. Well, they're all a bunch of strangers anyway.
Yeah, very strange. They didn't have much to do with the town, you know?
Yeah, hardly anything. Just building that monastery here and all moving inside, that's all.
But the cult did keep mostly to themselves.
Yeah, he's right. No one had much to do with them. They were a very peaceful, quiet kind of cult.
Yeah, really great people to be around, except for the strange noises and horrible screams that rose from the monastery at night.
Oh, you had the CD signed by Jennifer Hale? That's pretty awesome.
That all happened many, many years ago.
I don't even have the box anymore.
Oh yeah, the cult broke up. They've all got kids of their own now.
Yeah, well, what about the Chernovi in the forest, huh?
Come to think of it, no one knows if they're alive or what.
Yeah, for all we know, they might just be wild stories to frighten little children and me.
And what about the dark ones?
Put a sock in it, will you? There are some things we must not speak about, Ivan. You know that.
Well, excuse me all to pieces.
See, Obscure. Yeah, there'll be a VOD probably up, you know, tomorrow or late tonight, and I'll be streaming again Friday at 6 p.m. Central, and probably again next week. I'm not sure what time. I doubt I'll finish tomorrow or Friday. We've run out. At the room.
We don't go.
No.
Oh, never.
Oh wait, this is new. Never mind.
We don't.
Didn't mean to do that. Rumors.
We don't go for that rumor spreading stuff here. Do we, Yvonne?
No way, Hans.
Oh, never. Oh, except for that one little cocktail waitress, you know. Well, we don't gossip about our neighbors in Moldavia, do we, Yvonne?
Well, no, but you did used to tell everyone about the time Olga caught Boris drinking with us when he was supposed to be minding the store.
Hey. That wasn't gossip, it was just a semi-funny story.
Semi-funny.
And Franz, what about the story you tell about the time you saw Yuri and Bella in the garden one night?
What was that?
Hey, Yuri, you're okay, alright?
So you see, we do not spread rumors here.
This is skinny Jack Nicholson. Yeah. That's everything.
Look, here we are sitting around.
Yeah, his...
Alright, yeah, Alright. They have the same, I think, mostly the same dialogue options, but they have new dialogue. They will let you outside at night, but only when he's awake. Otherwise, you have to climb through the thing. But that's not a problem for us as a thief.
The wall is too...
Oh. Dang. My climbing is not nearly as good as I thought it was. There's some stuff we can see outside. Not very good.
The massive...
Climb over there. For some reason, the gate is much easier to climb. I guess the monastery has a smoother wall. I love the pumpkins.
The faces on the jack-o'-lanterns glow like malevolent demons, waiting for an unwary victim to come within their grasp. You've never been very good.
Alright, I think something happens to this.
The scarecrow looks almost as if it were alive and waiting. The straw hands have taken on a skeletal appearance, and the head now looks like a skull.
I really love how things change at night. I'm gonna go ahead and save the game here. There's certain things that will basically kill me if I get literally anywhere close to them. Oh, and I love listen to the music. They add stuff like dead trees and all kinds of spooky stuff. So now there's next.
The heavy gate blocks access to the castle road. Fortunately, it also blocks the path of the two slavering necrotors on the other side. They look hungry to see you. No one sees.
I think I can climb over and die. Not sure if I have good enough climbing skill to climb and die. Climb over gate. Seems safe. You climbed the gate just fine. You climbed down just fine too. The necrotars killed you quite nicely before you could reach the ground. Isn't that nice? Yeah, we can go that way.
The tower is empty. There is nothing.
They kind of bark at you. Alright. There's some bad crap in here. Take one down here.
Oh. You feel a chill go through you as you enter this part of the forest, as if a cold wind suddenly sprang up from nowhere.
Yeah, you don't want to be near those rock piles. Once I have way better magic, you can get some really good stuff from those. Oh, it's Anna!
A ghostly figure floats near the center of this clearing.
Everything is so strange. I lost my way home. Please, can you help me find my way? The forest? I'm lost in the forest. I can't find my way home. I live in the town. I've lost my way. Can you show me where the town is?
I forget exactly what we need to do. Just lead her home. Yeah, if you tell her she's a ghost, she will in fact disappear and freak out.
You tell her you will help her.
Thank you.
Does this work? I don't think she can leave this area.
There you are. Things are...
The ghost...
Oops. There's something we can do to... Oh god.
I don't understand. Every time I try to follow you, I find myself here again. Why can't I leave this place? Why can't I go home?
Forget what the exact trick here is. Sense magic.
You sense no magic in this area.
Huh. Ghosts are not magical. Good to know. Wait. Oh, right.
You have entered an eerie, deserted graveyard. Strange moans wail through the trees, and mysterious lights seem to flicker and fade among the tombstones. Two large crypts dominate the cemetery.
Alright, here it is. Love that it bleeds. I want to say something happens. We disturb this grave at night.
Lygia's ghost comes forth, and she looks mad.
It turned into a really bad day. Yeah, I don't think we have the power to fight this. Oh, maybe. If it never attacks us. Our magic is really weak, but it's not attacking back. Oh, crap. It's actually draining our health really fast. Well. You know what? Let's just die to Lygia. Just to see what it says.
lied.
You can in fact put her to rest, but I don't have enough strength. The Wraith has sucked your life force right out of you. Should you return here in another life, you will need to be properly protected and strike quickly. I believe there's something you can do to protect yourself from Wraith stuff. It might be a magic thing, actually. Yeah, we can't fight her yet. Good enough with the magics. Let's see if I can get in here.
It wasn't really designed for this, but you find you can do a fine job of repairing your armor and equipment. You need to practice. You need.
Come on, let me open it.
It wasn't really. That did.
It keeps blocking my...
You need to...
Alright. Can't do anything useful here. Need to go around the Wraith. Sorry, Anna. Wait, let me... I'm not sure if telling her she's a ghost reduces your honor. For some reason I don't like...
No! No! It can't be! No!
The ghost...
Well, my honor's the same. My score went up. I think you do... Okay, I think maybe you have to make her come to terms with the fact she's a ghost.
I remember now.
Oh, yeah.
I was walking home. Something started to chase me. I tried to run. Something knocked me over and... everything went black. I'm dead, aren't I? I really can't go home again. I'm just a ghost. My name was Anna. I can remember things now. But everything is like a faded dream. It seems so strange to think of myself as a ghost. Everything is blurry. There's no day or night, only the shadowy landscape. I want to go from here, but I cannot leave. I can only wait. I can remember my house now. I lived beside the tall oak tree near the center of town. I've been gone so long. My poor, poor Nikolai. Goodbye.
The ghost...
I think that's all we can do with her for right now. Oh god. No. No! Okay, run. Run! Fuck, no! Okay.
You deftly...
I think we're at the point where actions that drain stamina will instead drain health. So, we're gonna go talk to the Domovoy and then we're gonna sleep.
After...
Domovoy should be out there. Oh. I don't really have much of a concept of time in this game.
After...
A couple more hours should do it.
You're getting tired.
You need to sleep for reals, or otherwise you start draining some. There's the Domovoy.
You have the feeling you are being watched.
Hey, buddy.
You see a small, hairy, sad-looking creature.
Hi, Domovoy.
In where I am living, in Domovoy am I. Luck I bring. Way things go now, think most luck bad. Things at inn not good. No people come. Innkeeper and wife very, very unhappy. Mordavia very, very sad place. Even Domovoy cannot help here. Oh, too much dark magic. Too much we speak, too much I talk.
He only says so much per day, unfortunately.
Bad place here anymore. Good many years ago, but going very bad now. Many bad things here. You find out. Domovoy am I. Domovoy I be. By big people, Domovoy not seen. You stranger are. Maybe hero, maybe not. Show myself to you I do. Speak to you I will. Maybe good things for people will you do. Maybe good thing for Domovoy you do. Some night soon, talk we will again. Domovoy good luck bring. Maybe Domovoy help you. You Domovoy help.
What we can say to him for now.
You hero? Mordavia big hero need. Plenty powerful hero. Maybe you be soon. Learn much, practice much. Soon plenty big hero. Maybe talk again.
No food at night, unfortunately.
You want?
Go to practice here. Get up, climbing enough. There we go. Fortunately, we will now be stuck inside until we learn enough to climb back out, but I don't think it's too much. Oh, and we can also go downstairs now, which is just lovely down there. Oh wait, no, can I just feed this guy? Like garlic friend?
Hector the hexapod happily gorges itself in the garlic. Hector looks much less hungry and perhaps a little less dangerous now.
Right, so you just feed him garlic.
That didn't do it. That didn't do it. That didn't.
Come on.
The fireplace looks as though it hasn't been used in years. There are no logs on the log holders, nor is there any sign of ashes or other debris.
This is your hint that is not in fact a fireplace.
There are some small scratches on the stone underneath this brass log holder.
Hi, Buzzy. Good to see you. This is the basement.
There is a cold feeling down here that chills your bones and sets the hairs on the nape of your neck on end. There is a musty odor of mold and mildew mingling with the sickeningly sweet smell of decaying flesh. Welcome to your nightmare.
This is a good place. There's at least 3 or 4 ways we can die in here. So naturally, I'm going to find all of them immediately. Let's touch this. This is a good one.
You feel a funny tingling sensation, then a slimy one, as you reach out to touch the statue. This is not good.
Oop. And we're a slug. Well, you have to admit, becoming a giant banana slug is one of the more unique situations in your adventuring career. It's also the last one, as you choke on your own slime. Happy little slime face here. Big book.
The huge book on the altar looks fascinating. You would almost swear you saw it move. The title says Necrophilicon. Haven't you heard about this book somewhere?
Case and book closed. Maybe you shouldn't judge this book by the cover. Anyway, the judgment seems to have gone against you. In fact, they threw the book at you.
Be careful what...
Now you tell me to be careful.
You mustn't bottle things up. Let your feelings free. Anyway, you don't need the bottle. The barrel is now empty. You tap the huge cask of Amontillado.
A cask of
This
Amontillado.
is the strongest stuff you've ever tasted, assuming that you're not an aficionado of dragon's breath. Bottoms up.
Oddly enough, this is actually very important to drink. Oh, this part. Oh, I should have gotten this earlier, actually. This is really important. So in the earlier games, you have kind of a silly foe, or like a sillier situation. And this one, yeah, unspeakable evil.
Man, have you got a headache? Fortunately, the Dark One rising seems to have been just a vision, not the reality. Yet.
So that is in fact the Dark One, and that is what we're trying to prevent.
A scroll has formed from the cask's wine droplets.
And we have our first Dark One sign.
Pick up the rolled paper on the floor. It has a symbol of a drop of blood at the top, and the inscription, Ritual of Blood. You can't read any of the other writing on it.
There's one ritual out of 7. And strangely enough, it is a simple enough matter to grab this little figure with a shopping bag.
Pick up the statue in the shopping bag, carefully avoiding any contact with your own flesh. The statue glows briefly as it slips into the bag, then subsides.
Jernabog. Yeah, I don't know the exact names of all the Cthulhu stuff, but yeah, this is definitely Lovecraftian inspired. Traps. You can get poisoned here. You can eventually die of poison, but it would not be easy, so I'm not going to bother getting that death, just for show.
You rifle through the Mad Monk's desk to find the diary of Amontillado. Boy, was this guy wacko. Reading this makes your head hurt. However, it does give you some information about the Dark One rituals. It said something about the first ritual being placed within the Mad Monk's tombstone, there to be forever guarded by followers. The second ritual should be placed in the Stone of Squids, and revealed only by the light of a dead child's soul. The next ritual should be placed in the hollow of the hangman's tree, and guarded by the spirit of the dead which remains there. The blood ritual shall be concealed magically within the monastery, and only he who willingly seeks dark visions shall find it. The mouth ritual shall be placed in the great arch itself, under the Dark One's sign. And the heart ritual shall be given to someone named Gregor for safekeeping. Now there's another note on this page in another's handwriting. Gregor is missing in the forest and probably dead. Yet where is the heart ritual?
So that's one of the major hints in the game. That tells us where most of the rituals are. Though a lot of the hints are deliberately vague.
You've seen some pretty ridiculous things in your time, and that's certainly one of them.
You touch them.
It's a really silly looking statue and clearly of no value. It's also much too heavy to carry on.
Based on some Slavic deity. Yeah, there's a lot of Slavic stuff in this, I guess.
There is a huge book on the... Oh, that's it. Something like the Silmaria. Above the altar is the sign of the Dark One, surrounded by arcane letters. A notch next to the A makes you think that perhaps that is some sort of starting point for the letter.
A Vuzel. Yeah, we need that later. There's some fussy thing we can do.
This amazing... You need to...
I actually think getting out of that window is a little easier than getting up to that thing. We can kind of do to just get out of here for right now. We'll come back and get that bird statue later. We don't actually need it right now. But we have something to show the chief. But we don't really have too much need for the chief's. I think the best thing the chief can tell us we've already learned through another means. Alright, let me just... Here you go, buddy.
Wonderful, wonderful. I won't have to scuttle in the shadows all the time. I won't have to have unsavory eating practices. Thank you so very much.
He's back to normal. This is something that's not actually a game over, but I have no reason to take the downside. Boop!
It's been said that there's no honor among thieves. Well, you've certainly proven that true in your case. Chief Thief, recently recovered from his shape-changing ordeal, dies instantly beneath your onslaught.
We have no reason to do that.
You don't earn any guild points for pickpocketing corpses. Stick with the live ones, okay?
Can't actually do anything with him.
Moving almost faster than the eye can see.
Yeah, that happens to drain our honor to 0, I believe. Yep. With no appreciable gain, so we're not going to do that. Sorry, Chiefy.
I am all right, I guess, but I'm having a difficult time adjusting to walking on 2 legs again. Other than the fact that there are no other thieves here.
Secret passageway.
You mean this passage behind me? It leads out of town under the bridge near the gate. You can use it to get out of town, but you cannot get back in. The door can't be opened from the outside.
It's a shortcut that's basically useless, because all you have to do is climb over the gate anyway.
You have to be very careful with traps. Always. After I became such as I am, many of the members left. One thief said that I was no longer fit to be chief. After I showed him how fast I could throw daggers with these feet, he didn't say much. Never said anything again, as a matter of fact. The ones that left said they felt uncomfortable around me. Fools! Do they think this is some sort of brotherhood of man? This is a brotherhood of thieves! They should be uncomfortable around me. Soon it was just me and 2 others. They decided to explore the castle after the new owner moved in and never returned. So now, there's only me and you.
Some of that dialogue was supposed to be while he's still in his monstrous forms. Castle secret entrance.
There is a secret passage to the castle from the Boyar's crypt in the graveyard. There is a special way to open this secret door. Something involving colors and the Borgov family crest, I think. You must be very careful. I know nothing of the people who now live in the castle. Only that the last thieves to break in never returned.
Alright, so that's pretty much all we can do here. Can I practice the picking here?
That works a lot. There is nothing.
No, I can't. Okay. We'll just use this secret passage. Oh, Katrina, what are you doing here? Hello?
It is good to see you again. I hope you are enjoying your visit to Mordavia.
Oh yeah, it's a blast.
You need to take better care of yourself, you know? It is very dangerous out at night.
Oh, I think she just warns you when you're leaving.
Why, you've been injured. Here, take this and drink it.
I love this slightly crappier normal
I would be
recording.
most displeased. I mean, sorry if something were to happen to you.
Sinister?
Come to me.
Oh, that's not suspicious at all.
I warned you, it is dangerous here at night and...
A strange feeling. You realize that you now know the frostbite spell.
Oh dang,
Perhaps
thank you.
that will help keep you alive when I am not with you.
Well, that was an incredibly fortuitous visit. I forgot about this entirely.
You may call... The forest is a very dangerous place.
Hey,
Many
Noob Show and James
monsters
Mask, by
walk
the way.
here, especially at night. Please be careful. Magic is very useful for survival in Mordavia. Use it wisely and carefully. I must go now.
Oh, I remember this now. Yeah, you can only talk
Before
to
you
her
can
so many
think to
times.
follow her, the young peasant girl has disappeared.
So she's obviously more than she appears.
You have it?
We were actually not that injured, so...
You deftly...
I guess I have a little bit of stamina. I think there's also some RNG. It's kind of like Dungeons and Dragons, where, you know, in addition to your skill check, there's a little bit of variance in when it's going to allow you. So, at certain skill levels, you'll have a random chance to climb a wall, and at certain other skill levels, you'll just do it 100% of the time. Well, hey, I think we're going to make it. Alright. I honestly forget what this blackbird is for, but we have it now. Marky, please. Marky.
You give the blackbird a quick peck, then return it to your pack.
Completely forget what this is for. Sculpture of a black falcon brings back memories of your wonderful vacation in Raisin. Wasn't there one in Spielberg too? And the one in Bazaar and Tarn? Bet this is just a cheap blaster imitation. Where, you wonder, is the real blackbird? Right, so we have everything we need in the monastery for now. There's one more thing we can do in here, but I don't have access to it quite yet. I think I have to do some copy protection bullcrap. Calm yourself. You know what? Let's do some of the puzzles. Again, you can make those puzzles easier by
It doesn't
reducing the skill level. Welcome to the Transcendental Receiving Animal Processor, or TRAP. You can analyze the creature you wish to capture, then apply the proper bait. The animal is in the immediate vicinity, the trap will catch it for you. If the animal is not in the immediate vicinity, you'll still have to catch it yourself, but at least you'll know how to feed it. Oh, this has lots of good jokes. Does it move? No. It's dead, Jim. Does it move? Yes. Does it have legs? Yes. Does it have more than 4 legs? Yes. Sorry, I don't do sensor beats. They're creepy and crawly. Legs? No. Try feeding corn to your horse. Or your house. Does it have legs? No. Bounce? No. It's gotta be a banana slug then. No. Boy, it's banana split you want. Try a maraschino cherry. Be a banana slug. Baste a banana with beer, dear. I thought you were playing Mary Had a Little Lamb. That might be what it's based on. I think I played. I think it's actually random though. Have legs? No. Is it alive? No. Use a baseball glove to catch the bouncing ball. Parker, ow! Rubbing his face in my hand. Usually blink. Who does have legs? Bounce? Yes. Yes. Then it's a snake that swallowed a rubber ball. Yes. Beat it, antacid. Deliberately going through all the wrong ones. No. Oh, then you must about a kangaroo. Got you, kangaroos have legs. Yeah, shame on you. Oh, yes. Yes. Oh. Oh no, you must have a frog that's a refugee from a French restaurant. Yes. Try feeding it wingless flies. Oh. Yes. What did I say? What happens when I say? I didn't think so. Come back when you're ready. Legs. Oh, yeah. Yes. No. Surely you can't be trying to catch a baby Antwerp. No. Phew, you had me worried for a minute. We are, in fact, trying to... Oh, right. Let's see why we're trying to catch a baby Antwerp.
Oh, no, you've been Antwerped. Fortunately, these are just baby Antwerps, so the attack wasn't fatal. Behind the door is a sort of rat maze, but it's missing the rat, or whatever is supposed to be traversing the maze.
This is a rat maze for the Antwerp. Parker. Which I suppose makes it an Antwerp maze. Parker, stop. Hitting. Phew, you had me worried for a minute. I think we've run out of the funny ones. Hitting, no. Let's say I didn't warn you, but if you really want to catch one, Antwerps love avocado. And we just so happen to have rations. These avocado and garlic sandwiches are the strangest adventure meals you've encountered. Still, they do last a long time and keep you from starving to death. Of course, you may wish you starve to death if you have to eat them too often.
You bait the trap with avocado from your sandwich. Avocado was never high on your list of favorite foods anyway. The trap starts working.
Now I have to let it catch an antwerp? I love this statue.
The bust's eyes seem to follow you as you walk through the hallway. That looks like a likely place for a spare key, but you don't find anything. You faintly hear a voice saying, "Don't knock, come on in," from beyond the door.
Okay, let's just open the door.
You've caught an Antwerp. It's simply amazing. You hear mysterious bubbling and sizzling noises. Every once in a while, you think you hear someone muttering to himself.
Let's open the door then. Right, this thing. These outer bits are hard because they don't line up with one. There we go. There. Okay. We have in fact unlocked the keyhole.
You've uncovered a keyhole, but you don't have the proper key to open this door.
Sorry, I'm doing the puzzle slightly out of order. I know
it's
how much
a truly impressive, original, multimedia work created out of whitewash and sawdust. Sorry, it just doesn't go with the colors in your room. It looks too dangerous to touch.
What is it?
Lightning coruscates between the two brass balls. Dr. Cranium appears to be the first mad scientist to have harnessed the power of electricity. Now, if you could just get a saddle on it. The Antwerp has a soft, delicate fur over a basically rubbery base.
What do I do with you now? Thank you, your Antwerp is processed. Oh right, there's a second guessing game we can play. Does it look like a cross between an octopus and a squid, only with fewer tentacles? Yes! Hexapods mostly eat heroes. Does that sound like a good idea to you? Yes! Great, then step on over to the receptacle then. Ah, you want a banana slug? I can't imagine why. Try feeding it bananas, but watch out for the orangutans. Look at this poor beast. Amazing. Make It Stranger website. Haven't heard of it. Yes. You want a styrofoam coffee cup? Sorry, they're environmentally unsound. Besides, styrofoam hasn't been invented yet. Ah, sounds like you need a ceramic coffee mug. Try sprinkling a little sugar and cream in the receptacle. Does it have legs? Yes. Does it have one leg? No. There's probably a banana still on a pogo stick. Try this again, but forget the pogo stick next time. Do you like hot fudge sundaes? Yes! And I suggest you put a hot fudge sundae in the receptacle, start eating it, and then press the activate button. Oh, it lets you make a Stranger Things type logo. Oh yeah, I've seen people using that on Twitter, actually. I started seeing it since I started the stream, actually. I have Twitter open in it. Legs, yes. One. 2 legs. More than 3 legs? No. 3 legs? That's a monkey on a pogo stick. Trap it with bubble gum. What's the bubble stick and monkey equation, anyway? Like, because there's also the bubble monkey in Earthbound. Do you like hot fudge sundaes? Forget it then. I refuse to deal with anyone who doesn't like hot fudge sundaes. Try again. Yes. Does it have more than 4 legs? No. This is an animal which has 4 legs and flies. Yes. A horse has 4 legs and flies. Use a fly swatter to get rid of the flies. Then pay your way with hay. I'd be lying if I told you to catch a tiger by the tail. So what else is new? Have more than 4 legs then? Yes. This is getting tricky. Does your animal have more than 5 legs? No. And it's an elephant on a pogo stick. Try putting some peanut butter on the ground. Up the last one. Have exactly 6. Oh. What, 6 legs? Wow, you're trying to get a giant carnivorous millipede. Try ordering a hamburger and fries. Alright, we have our Antwerp. We can now do the puzzle.
This is the Antwerp maze. Antwerps are naturally bouncy, so all you have to do is continually rotate the maze until the baby Antwerp bounces over to the key, then out through the exit.
Okie. Alright, in an easier version of this maze, there are in fact no holes to worry about. But you always have a chance to not get in a hole. You also always have a chance to cancel the rotation. So we actually...
The Antwerp is found...
It's a hole in the space-time continuum. I forgot about that. We actually need to get... We need to get the key first, and then the hole. Not sure how the Antwerp operates or holds the key. People smarter than I can figure out. Alright.
Congratulations. You've used the baby Antwerp to get Dr. Cranium's laboratory key from the maze. You add the key to your keyring.
I like how all the keys are handled as one item in this game.
Great! You've managed to find Dr. Cranium's keyhole and open the door. You pass through into Dr. Cranium's private laboratory.
Quickly, Igor, the fluid. I must have the fluid. Oh, excuse me. I thought it was Igor coming in to assist me. He helps out in the lab sometimes. Now then, what can I do for you?
I actually love the music in here. I'm looking up the Dr. Cranium codes. I guess I can do this while we talk to him.
My name is Dr. Cranium. I am Moldavia's chief scientist and a certified genius. Some call me mad, but I much prefer Dr. Cranium.
I love that line.
Ah, yes, science. I'm glad you asked. Science is the process of systematically increasing our knowledge of the world through observation and experiment. Unfortunately, some of the townspeople here seem to have no concept of the wonders of science. Some of them even claim my little inventions are magical. Such poppycock. There's no such thing as magic. Still, the townspeople insisted that I should be able to use my magic to cure wounds and sickness. I told them that I am a scientist, not a doctor. But they wouldn't listen.
What a nice guy.
I had little choice but to concoct some simple elixirs. They were childishly pleased. Science is really so simple once you understand it.
You can still send it to me if you want on Twitter, Sun Gaming. That's voiced by Jeff Bennett. So we need... Alright, stamina potion.
If you want to improve your stamina, then you should make sure you eat a healthy diet from all the different food groups and get plenty of aerobic exercise. That is science.
Jerk.
Oh, you must mean my patented healing drink. You may have my last one. Unfortunately, I have forgotten the formula for its main ingredient. If you can help me remember it, I will be able to make some more healing drinks, although the work is very time-consuming.
This is one of those copy protection things that is actually easier because, like, if you look it up online. See, kind of funny. I don't think they even include the manual on good old games. They just, they figure you know the drill to, Oh, and I love... Each potion needs a certain special component. You must select the elements from which to make up the component. The elements must be specified in the collect orders to interact properly. There's any room to list all the formulae here, but you can find full details about the elements in the game manual. The ingredients are listed alphabetically in the manual if you're looking for them in alphabetical. Now get a game with manual, and you do not have a complete game. Contact your software retailer Sega to complete a complete copy of Quest for Darkness. Yeah, it's copy protection. So Romburn is fire, earth, fire, air, earth. I was hoping for one that had pizza as a name.
Thank you! With that information, I'm sure I shall be able to create some sensational scientific solutions.
Your name is really good.
Oh, you must mean my new universal poison antidote. You may have this one, but I will need some help with the formula to make more. Also, I am afraid I only have time to make one each day.
Yeah, you're kind of limited on the stuff you can make. Desertix. Earth. Fire. Earth. Fire. Water. Unfortunately, we didn't get to use any pizza.
Thank you! With that information, I'm sure I shall be able... Experiments are the meat and drink of science. First, you must come up with a hypothesis based on your understanding of the scientific elements. Then perform an experiment to test the hypothesis. Afterwards, you have a pizza.
Pizza?
Pizza is a crucial ingredient in many scientific formulae. There is a nearly infinite variation in its effects, depending on whether one starts with pepperoni, mushrooms, artichokes, or plain cheese.
Artichokes?
One should always order extra pizza in case the experiment requires additional materials. Besides, science is hungry work.
I like how this guy thinks. What's your hypothesis?
A hypothesis is a scientific guess. One predicts the result of an operation, performs an experiment to test the prediction, then has a pizza to celebrate the result. It is very important to stay flexible, however. Sometimes the experiment may give a different result than predicted by the hypothesis. Since real scientists don't like to make mistakes, we always write the hypothesis in pencil.
I love that one. Such a good guy. Any flasks?
You ask Dr. Cranium if he can spare an empty flask for specimen collection.
Of course! I am always delighted to assist scientific research of any kind, and I have plenty of flasks. You may have this one.
Link, eat your heart out. Unfortunately, all we can do is there. The fluid?
Essential etheric fluid is an important ingredient in my formula for reanimating dead bodies. It contains the essence of the element of water, the most important ingredient in life science. This laboratory is where I perform some of my most important research. Lately, I have been trying to bring life back to a dead body and to brew the perfect cup of tea.
Equally important.
The one alchemical combination that I have thus far been unable to fully analyze is that of a good cup of tea. I'm sure there must be a way to duplicate the effects of nature, but the results have not been promising so far. Perhaps you would like a cup of spearmint and beefsteak tea? I thought not. This is even harder than rehydration solution and reviving dead tissue.
Oh, rehydration solution is something we need.
I try to maintain a modest selection of useful experimental equipment in my simple laboratory. Unfortunately, it has become very difficult to obtain the most modern scientific accessories since the road out of the valley became closed by the swamp. Research is the heart and soul of science. Without constant experimentation to prove or disprove one's hypotheses, the scientist is left trying to solve the world's problems by guesswork. That is hardly the most efficient way to achieve results.
Let's hear about that boring dead-to-life thing.
Reanimating the dead is just another day's work in the life of a scientist.
Of course.
Even science cannot bring a person back right the way they were, but one can use scientific principles to restore the semblance of life and energy to formerly dead flesh.
Simple enough.
Mad? Mad? They all call me mad, but what do they know of madness? I am not mad. A bit perturbed about the world situation and how I get so little respect, perhaps, but certainly not mad.
Igor.
Igor is the gravedigger and tombstone carver. Business has been slow lately, perhaps because there are very few people left in town, so Igor sometimes comes in to help me with my work. Igor has had less work of late. The forest is just as dangerous, but there aren't very many people left in town who are stupid enough to go out there at night, you know. I like to think of it as a sort of evolution in action. Igor is carving out quite a niche for himself in the gravestone business. You might say he is well on his way to becoming a rock star. Then again, you might not. The cemetery is outside of town to the east. It has proven a fruitful source of materials for my experiments. There are also some interesting and cryptic puzzles to be solved there.
Magic.
There is, of course, no such thing as magic. There is only science. Still, you would be amazed at how gullible some people are. Just the other day, someone gave me this scroll saying it was a magical spell. Can you believe that?
I'll take that.
It is purest poppycock. Nothing on here makes any sense whatsoever. Here, you may have this as a reminder that magic is a figment of fevered imagination. Only science is real.
Obviously, Dr. Cranium needs to take a correspondence course from the famous wizard school. As you read the scroll, you find that you have learned the incantations and gestures with which to cast a glide spell. Then the scroll vanishes.
There, you see, it was not even a very good piece of parchment. Fell right apart.
I love Dr. Cranium. I think that's all we have. I need that rehydration fluid thing, though. I think we need to wait on that, though. I'm pretty sure we gotta wait.
You say hello.
Welcome to my laboratory. You must have more than the usual intelligence and perseverance to have made it in here.
As far as pixel fonts, I really like the one used in this game. And yeah, Dr. Cranium is one of my favorites. When I see that thing on Twitter's on gaming, I can't reply to it, but this is full screen, so things get screwy.
You explain to Dr. Cranium that magic is really a lot like science, and even deals with the same elements.
Oh, nonsense! There's no such thing as magic. There is only science. What you call magic is simply scientific phenomena that have not yet been properly investigated and catalogued.
You know, that's a pretty good argument, though. You know, if there were a world in which magic existed, it would really function the same way as science. You know, it's just a different way of manipulating force or whatever. I love the stuff going on in his lab here.
Some sort of complicated scientific experiment is going on here. Could it be the quest for the perfect cup of tea? Dr. Cranium likes to stay ahead of his competitors.
It's a copy of Frank Einstein's famous I Am Not a Monster speech. Dr. Cranium's reference books include Science Made Silly.
It looks for all the world like a medieval moonshine still. But Dr. Cranium is far too intelligent to drink alcohol, so he must be developing a new fuel or something.
Stop!
You need a license to operate that. I am truly sorry, but I cannot afford to make this a lending library at this time. You may look at my books here all you like, but you may not take them with you.
I really don't think you should do that.
Oh right, I think we missed some puns in the Adventurers Guild.
It's a beaker full of eyes, and they all seem to be looking at you. Glass globes of unknown intent hang in nets from the ceiling. It looks like a giant boiler. The chain attached to it looks like it activates some sort of release valve.
Let's pull it.
You try a couple of quick pulls on the chain. You're not at all sure what you've started, but it's definitely enough to make you nervous. That did... You are in an incredibly cluttered laboratory. No, you don't really need glasses or glass globes.
A mysterious device begins to emit an ominous hum as you reach towards it.
Be careful there. That device is only for use by trained scientists. Who knows what disaster might ensue should it ever be operated by a fumble-fingered amateur such as yourself?
Rude.
Besides, it is so much more fun when I do it.
He really understands
science. That didn't do anything. You warm your hands over the fire. Actually, they weren't terribly cold, but you never know when you might have to take on a few extra therms to fight the autumn chill.
There's an amazing amount of stuff you can look at and interact with in this game, and I'm sure I'll miss a lot.
You'd better leave the bottles alone. The labeling system doesn't seem to make any great amount of sense. Actually, it's not at all clear that even Dr. Cranium really knows what's in them.
You pull the sheet.
Better table that idea for now. Dr. Cranium has an orderly personality, so he likes to arrange things in tables.
Alright, I think that's all we need here. You can eventually see what's under the table.
Come back and visit again! Oh, and if you see Igor, please tell him I still need the fluid.
I think we need to do something with Igor. That sort of sets in motion a bunch of other events. That'll probably happen next night. Point. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to dawdle too much before the next stream, because there's going to be some major events. I have kind of a time limit after that. I think it's the only time limit in the game, but it is an important one. I want to burn up this last bit of stamina. Oh right, it's these!
You are you to do that. A large ewer, or maybe it's Mira, lies on the table. It was probably used to splash water on overheated athletes. It has a crack in the bottom and isn't useful for much of anything anymore. This is a slightly smaller ewer, what you might call a min-ewer. Ewer. It feels like a rough-hewn wooden table. Pretty elemental, all in all. You feel around in the hole for a... This is a little too easy now. You pick up two of them. Your legs are too...
Try to force this open.
Are you kidding?
Not sure if I can ever even force this open as a thief.
There's no sign... Are you kidding?
I think I earned strength for that, though.
There is a large crack in the ceiling. The upstairs neighbors must have had a pretty wild party.
Wait.
Just then you remember that you are upstairs. Must have been someone out for a moonlight stroll on the roof then. It is said that a man's reach should exceed his grasp. That's certainly true of what you're trying.
Not all we can do here.
The walls are cracked enough without you adding to the problem.
guess this has been about 3 hours, so I'll probably call it quits after. I'll sleep until the morning and see if anything happens of note. Not sure if it happens immediately in the day or if we have another day or something.
You awaken as the sun begins to rise.
Let's go see if there's anything interesting going on, and then I'll call it quits. And once again, this Friday we're going to stream this again, 6 p.m. Central, like
Nothing
every
like
other
a
stream.
good breakfast to get you off to a good start in the morning, especially when everything's laced with garlic.
You have anything interesting to say?
This inn used to do a steady business before this swamp prevented traders and tourists from coming. Now we mostly make our money off of food and drink. The castle was once that of the boyar. Now we do not know who lives there. Besides the ones that come in here in the evening, there are quite a few others. You probably have met the shopkeeper, the gravedigger, and the burgomeister. And then there's Nikolai, and that crazy Dr. Cranium. The burgomeister keeps to himself and lives in his office. The gravedigger is a strange one, though he is a good carver of tombstones and digger of graves. The gravedigger is a strange one, though he is a good carver of tombstones and digger of graves. I know little of the forest, for I seldom leave my inn. You should speak with the burgomeister. Perhaps he can tell you more about it. I am well, as always. I do not gossip.
Let's see if there's anything interesting going on with the burgomeister here.
Still you.
Oh. I think I actually have another day to dork around then. I'll poke around here. Sure, if I can. I don't think I'll understand. Wait.
Anna has been gone for a long time. I have been looking for her for so very long. I do not know what has become of my Anna. Yes, well,
Oh, right. Sometimes you have to talk, like, put the lips on yourself.
You start to tell the old man about the ghost you met in the forest.
Anna? You have seen Anna?
You explain that you saw her ghost in the forest.
Anna is in the forest? Where is she? I must go to her.
You tell Nikolai where you saw Anna, and try to explain that she is dead.
Thank you. I cannot thank you enough for finding my Anna. I will go to her now. I will help her find her way home. Thank you again.
He'll be fine. Look how wobbly his pixels are. Yeah, he there's no need to worry about him. Where's Igor? Igor's fine. The fluid, Igor, the fluid!
Igor.
The fluid! Tell me about the fluid. Oh.
You tell Igor listens while he works.
I guess I have another day to go then.
Nikolai has disappeared from his home. The last time I saw him, he said something about finding Anna. I fear he is dead.
We'll see what happens to Nikolai.
Nikolai has not been seen in some time. He seemed so happy when last I saw him. He really thought he was going to see Anna. Perhaps he did.
Can't see the resolution to that at the daytime. But, should probably get some. Oh, I should get a field ration. This game's sort of interesting in that it has money and.
More missing people. Now old Nikolai is gone. What is this town coming to?
Yeah, word spreads fast in this town. Nikolai left 2 minutes ago, and everybody knows he's gone.
Storekeeper look.
You know, some.
Alright, you can ask about the stuff.
3 twists of candy will cost you just 5 kopecks. The kids love him.
Oh yeah, that's a hint. We'll see why later.
You can purchase the hen broom for 350 kopecks. I'm sure you'll really clean up with it. I can sell you a very nice large pie pan for 250 kopecks. I've always admired the men who can cook. A flask of household oil will cost you 100 kopecks. It's good for door streaks and can also be used to loosen up rusty wagon wheels. The shopping bag costs 50 kopecks. It is... My husband always said I make the most interesting sandwiches. They're very good for you, and I only charge 50 kopecks each for them. Oh, now garlic is a must-have item. It's just 25 kopecks for a bulb, and it will add flavor to any food.
Storekeeper looks around nervously for a moment, then continues.
You know, some say garlic also has medicinal and protective properties.
I'm just gonna buy some trail rations. Weird how the shop and we don't need it. They'd probably buy a couple trail rations. We have a ridiculous amount of rounds. I don't think we're ever gonna run out of them.
As my...
About all there is interesting to... I'll do a little bit of grinding so I can actually fight things. And, let's see if I can get into this. If I can get into this, thing, I will do something. Wait, can I do the puzzle now?
The door...
I think we can force the door if we are extremely strong, and then it sets off a trap.
You need to... It wasn't... That...
We're gonna get in here. I'll just practice more later, and, practice my magic too, so I can actually fight. At least I think magic is probably my fastest way to... It's definitely the safest way to fight stuff. Just do some grinding off stream. I'll let you guys go. Thanks for watching, everybody. Tune in on Friday, and I should have more of this, and probably some more next week. I have never beaten this game before, but I've gotten fairly close. I think it's probably going to take more than another 2-3 hours. Probably just 2 or 3 streams. Yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. Especially you, Sun Gaming. I think you watched the whole thing. Yeah, the VOD will be up for anybody that didn't catch the beginning or anything. Always a pleasure. And I was thinking I'm not going to stream like 5 days a week every day of the week every week, but I think I will try to stream 2 or 3 times a week now. And oh god, not good. No. I'm glad that you can instantly run. What was I saying? I'm glad that running is very easy in this. I think if you have skill, and I think if you have battle difficulty on arcade, it's a little harder. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do a Kirby stream once a week, an indie/obscure game thing once a week, and an anime game once a week. Those are kind of the 3 niche things that I do, I guess, like the niches I fill. So that's probably what the schedule is going to be. I'm not entirely sure what days are going to be what. It's probably all going to be at 6 Central. Yeah, I actually set up on my website, just sirtaptap.com/streams. I went out and set up a schedule, like a calendar. That's it's got my current stream stuff scheduled, and I'll probably like make a recurring event. So like every Saturday, say, would be a Kirby stream, and you can just follow that to see what you can do stuff. I want to have like a regular, like I've heard that's pretty important. Probably not let this eat up my time. I'll probably try to be a little regular. I've heard that's fairly important. Oh, also you can jump. I don't think it's fairly ever important, but you can jump. All right, we have the frostbite spell. No, I think that's actually stronger than anything else we have. But yeah. All right. Tune out for now. Thanks once again for watching, and see everybody. All right, I'll actually be streaming. What am I streaming tomorrow? I forget what I'm streaming tomorrow. I guess since it's the end of the stream, I can that schedule real quick. You're probably gonna see a blank screen. That's. I honestly forget what the jump is actually for in this game. My own stream schedule to find out what I'm. Oh yeah, I'm playing Long Live the Queen tomorrow. That's actually a really cool raising sim. Hopefully we should be able to do a full play of that game. If we don't, I'll schedule another stream to finish it up. Yeah, that's a really cute raising sim. That's got a pretty good sense of humor, kind of like this game, but it's a raising sim sort of thing. All right, I've said goodbye like 4 times now. I'm gonna end the stream now.